Oops.
All right, of course we're gonna hear you.
There we go.
Okay, I think we're still live starting.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay, hello guys. This is Distinct, and this is gonna be the very first edition of hopefully something that is gonna be fun, which is a 1v1 series where people can shit a face. That's right. Hi, Six. Where we pit one player versus another, and Serenade and me, or at least Serenade is joining me today. We're gonna commentate on the war and try to see like what people are doing, what is the mistakes they make, the good moves that they make, the strategies they employ, the war goals that they pick, and so forth. And what we're gonna do is we're pitting people in fair wars of what we consider to be the fairest wars we can find in our MP precedents. And here we have a Poland versus Prussia, where Tullipen is playing the Prussia, and Poland is being played by Banan. So, okay, so he's saying, Tullipen's saying that they're ready. I was thinking, Serenade sort of disagrees. I was thinking that there should be a 3-year waiting period for everyone. Okay, you're speed 3 though, so careful. Put it on speed 2, Serenade.
Yeah. No, I'm just telling them to. Oh wow, they're gonna fight immediately. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start checking if he's okay. He's not building the force limit buildings. That's really bad.
I'll just watch a stream because like this, I can't see shit in game.
Yeah. So actually, let's see if Tullipen is taking. Oh no! What am I doing? I'm not used to observing.
Okay, so Tullipen took the tech already.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's not necessarily the worst. He's not taken a lot of loans, though. He's not mass constructing, which is a big mistake.
They're not constructing, but okay.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Does he have any professionalism?
Wait,
no, he doesn't.
Already. What the fuck?
He declared.
I don't have alerts on. What the fuck?
Okay.
Apparently.
How about? Okay, he has. Okay, yeah, he did at least slacken professionalism, though he still has 4.5, so that's not good. He also doesn't have. This is such a mess, man. Like they're not at all preparing like how they should prepare. But okay. Okay, so yeah, you can see instantly why Prussia has a fairly decent advantage, which is the general, and is that the war goal, I imagine?
War goal is no tech, the one in Prussia.
No tech. Okay, he didn't take the fort actually. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think he should have assaulted, but it's not necessary.
It's true as well. Okay, but does he?
Wait, what? What the fuck? Okay, that was really fast.
Has he taken the tech? No, he still hasn't taken the tech.
He doesn't have the tech, and he's 2 combat width down, and he doesn't have the cannon.
Well, you're never combat width down because whoever has highest combat width is the one taking it. But yeah, so he doesn't have enough cannons.
Yeah.
And he's not mass recruiting.
If you're fighting someone with 29 cannons and you only have 27 width, your units only fill 27 width, right?
No. You fill in your entire back line as much as the opponent.
Okay, so you still fill 29 width.
Yeah.
Your attack only has
27. So the reason you're behind here is because you don't have the 0.3 infantry fire. Is he putting? Okay, he did put defensive. But he still has mercs to recruit. Like, what is he doing? Also, he needs to mass recruit his infantry.
Oh wow. Okay, he's not. Okay, he's not even close to the Miltech. That's actually pretty bad. Yeah. Okay, so he should just hide behind.
He are actually not that far, but he needs to pass the institution, take mass loans, build every single building. So actually, what you want to do as Poland is. Here the war is declared too soon, but as Poland, you have so much to fix because that was just culture converting.
Yeah, nation ruining.
Yeah, nation ruin. That's right. To become Poland, I don't find that nation ruining. But what you don't have is okay. No, he actually did promote them. It looks like.
Yeah, he's still missing a lot of regiments.
Oh no! Wait, no. I already. Okay. This is the save after I was already like fucked over by you and Venice.
No. This is before that.
No. Because I'm already back to Austrian culture. Right. You can see I've lost
Oh, your
Prashev.
primary culture is Polish.
What?
Your
Am I
primary culture is
completely
Polish.
blind?
Yes, you're blind. Like,
Ah, yeah,
it
I'm
literally
blind.
says Wieden. Like,
Do I have like 1k? Well, maybe I got to 1k dev and then.
no, you didn't. You're 900.
Am I? No, I'm still a kingdom.
Yeah, it's still king.
Okay, then
Okay.
I guess no. I guess then he just did it correctly and he improved
Yeah,
the
Emil
cultures.
did it correctly, I think. Because this was a save by Ike. Oh, okay. So Poland.
Okay,
is
Poland's assaulting. Let's see how he assaults. He's assaulting with manpower, so yeah, that's not how you want to do it.
Oh, wait, that stack is manpower?
At least, wait, okay. He was really lucky though. Like, look at that. It took no effort at all.
Stack is manpower. Okay.
It took no effort at all, but
yeah, but then doesn't that?
And he did consolidate, so at least he understands that.
No, but I think he's gonna take a lot of attrition on that stack if the Vanguard is manpower.
Yeah. So I was gonna say in this war, there is arguments for actually making the second cannon stack as Poland.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah,
but it's all about how you use it. Like early game, you can't really use it, especially if you're fighting here in this front. But the way I think you win as Poland the best is to declare war on Osterode as the war goal, and then you can like just sit in Stolp.
Where is Osterode?
It's North Danzig.
Okay, yeah.
I think this is like your best front for Poland. Whereas this the southern front is fairly good for.
But the problem is Prussia can build boats and shuttle.
All right, like, so
okay, Prussia has 3 transports now, but you can easily build more in shuttle.
Yeah, so Prussia just has more men than Poland. Poland's never gonna win a single battle.
Wait, what?
Like Poland? This? Yeah, he's still not finished recruiting his mercs. But maybe he didn't have enough time to put on the correct templates and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, I think Tullipen is just crazy. Why does he have so? Oh, I think Tullipen recruited all his manpower too. Can you check his manpower?
Right. No, he still has 46k.
Okay, so that's.
He just max mercs, yeah. You know, not even mass mercs. He got 2 left.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even build his regimental camps.
No, yeah, it's such low efforts
140
on both. Like, yeah, he can construct in every province. Whereas we just took like 40k loans, both of us, at the start of the.
Okay, so Poland really needs to build these regimental camps, yeah.
He needs to build all his mercs. He needs to build his regimental camps.
How many mercs is Poland missing? Because Prussia seems to have full mercs. Poland only has 125 on the field right now, or something like that.
Yeah,
it's not enough.
Well, he could recruit 70 mercs total. He has 136 men, so there's never gonna win a single battle. It's also like maneuvering sloppily because he could Tullipen could just wipe his troops. And what is his best general? The 5-3.
Well, he has a 2-6. But
yeah, feels bad, man, for 6. So yeah, 6 asks like when is one supposed to build a second cannon stack? So I would say the general answer, or previously the abstract answer would have been when you have 300 men, not force limit, but when you're fielding like 300 men. But now with the slack and professionalism mechanic, you can field a bit more cannons.
Is he gonna assault Ingolstadt? That would be bad. Like, you shouldn't do that.
Okay, forgetting what the word goal is again.
It's
no tech, yeah.
Okay, I hope he doesn't assault Ingolstadt, because that's okay. He is an assaulting, but that. I mean,
Tullipen should just fight him here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. Like, Tullipen should just fucking fight him.
So I'm gonna explain a thing. Like, this is very, very important when you're fighting wars. The entire tactic of EU4 warfare is to never have your vanguard take an offensive battle. That means that what you want to do is you want to take some random forts, like this one or this one, and then stand on it. Okay, he's assaulting. This time he has his mercs. Again, he's taking no fucking casualties.
No, that's because the fort only has 1,000 garrison, which is another very important reason why Tullipen should guard it, because it doesn't have garrison. Yeah, and even though it's a farmland, so you might think it's not that good of an advantage, but it's actually probably something like a 5% to 10% effective discipline advantage.
because you're never taking the -1. Your opponent might take a -1 from the river crossing, and you have the hidden defender's advantage. And also, here Prussia always wins the battle. He should recognize his leaders are so much stronger.
Yeah.
And he has the Prussian quality. Let's see if he's running.
Militarization?
Yeah, that's what I'm checking. I expect so, but no, he's not even running.
Okay.
He also didn't promote any of his cultures.
Yeah, he should definitely promote Czech, because that's actually me, because I didn't promote any of my cultures, but I promoted.
You want, like, what you should be doing at the very start here when you're prepping for your war is you could probably have some military points to waste on second thing. So what you want to do is you first want to put edicts on every single province. And
were you using manpower edicts? I wasn't doing
he has defensive ones on some. So you want all of that. You then want to take the manpower advisor. Then you want to promote your cultures. You want to have every single manpower building constructed, and then you want to slack a manpower for every single thing you've got. Okay, he's starting to make a little bit more.
But I don't know whether Triffy will even get it here on time.
You see,
has a 40% chance to win the siege this tick.
Yeah, I mean, because it's Prussia, Prussia is just going to win the fight here. But it's a mistake from Tullipen to even stand on this Woods province.
I mean, he can get the siege right here because Poland won't make it. If he barrages now, he has about 40% chance to win, and Poland won't be in time.
Do you want to do any of that?
I mean, he's not going to barrage, so that's okay. Yeah, he didn't barrage, but if you barrage, he would have a really high chance to win. So now here comes the battle, I guess.
Oh boy, this is a terrible battle.
Okay, now.
Yeah, he needs way more men instantly.
120.
Where is this second?
This 28k has to go.
Like, also his merc stack should be the first one to, or the second one to enter.
Oh, Prussia's no policies. What the fuck?
Yeah, terrible dice is like.
Okay, no, he has policies, but he doesn't have militarization.
Oh, he's like completely not reinforcing at time.
Yeah, okay, he's just gonna bail. Huh?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's see how he. Yeah, he's not consolidating. As soon as you lose a battle, you consolidate, and you mass recruit. And the other thing as well. But he has so much manpower. He needs to build every single infantry. Like, first of all, he needs 2 more cannons. And he needs to put like 50k infantry out right now to defend his lands. Because at this point, the war is like over already.
It's kind of over.
Which is silly because neither country at all like invested anything. Whereas Serenade and me both were 5 loans or 10 loans. Oh yeah, Serenade actually had the event, so no. But we both.
I was 10 loans from bankruptcy after the event, so without the event, I would have been bankrupt.
Yeah, we both were 10 loans from bankruptcy when the war was over.
I had administrative ideas, so I had a lot more loans to go. But without that, I would be almost bankrupt. Yeah.
Yeah, and how many troops did you have before the first battle?
Before first battle, 200 plus.
Yeah, same for Poland.
Yeah, I had almost 200.
Right, because what you really need to get all your troops out for the very first battle. Very first battles are the most important ones. And you want to make damn sure that you win them. And that implies reinforcing them perfectly and not taking them if you can't win them. So you can decide that by looking at your generals. So like with Poland, you only have a 5-3. So you don't actually at all want to take a battle until you get a better general.
Okay, so Poland's recruiting more now.
Okay, yeah, he's starting to recruit some infantry. But he's still not maxed out on mercs, whereas I was constantly exploiting to get more mercs than I could. So another thing to note, some people don't know this, but when you're making your templates, when you're spam clicking, you can see this if you look at my my recording versus Jones. When you spam click the mercs, there's going to be like one group of mercs that's going to build more that you can. Sometimes, not always.
Okay, distinct. I mean, Tullipen is no manpower, huh?
Tullipen's low on manpower. Well, he's taking attrition.
Cannon attrition already.
Yeah, no, he still has 33k, so he's not low at all.
How is he so far of like no investment? That's.
Yeah, what are his? Okay, he's starting to take a good amount of loans, but you see that's because his force limit is still shit. If he had just built every force limit building, he would actually, barely be losing more money because they're not really fighting.
Oh, neither of them use Golden Era, huh?
Right, neither of them golden.
Oh, and yeah, okay, there goes also. Okay.
What the fuck? Tullipen has... Okay, Tullipen is going to get rid of his Prussia government. Okay, I guess it doesn't... Okay, he's militarized for the battle. So that's...
No, that doesn't change a Prussian government.
Yeah, it doesn't change, but he wants the 5% moral.
No, it doesn't give you moral if you're Prussia. Like, it doesn't turn you into a noble republic if you're Prussia. It just gives you a debuff, which gives you like less trade efficiency and shit. Same for Russia.
So why is he? Maybe he just had a bad event and wasn't looking at it.
I don't know.
Okay. Let's see what he's doing. Okay, he has a spy network on Poland. That makes sense. Oh, wait, what? Why is he attacking the Highlands here? That seems really silly. Still, it's Prussia, so Prussia's gonna win. Yeah. The discipline difference is fairly massive.
He doesn't have the what do you call that?
And this needs to reinforce really quickly. But see, like Tullipen is not at all in a good position either. But that's also because he attacked this province instead of Krakow, so it's really hard to reinforce. Wow. Okay, let's see if Tullipen.
Yeah, it's just because he didn't attack Krakow. Yeah, he should have went to Krakow.
Yeah, of course.
He has 50k more that didn't go into the battle.
Doesn't need to attack because he already gathered enough war score to win the. But he's oh wait, is he gonna get caught? He's gonna get caught as well.
5k. That's a 5k.
But he's not. You see, he's not instantly consolidating. You instantly consolidate and start. Okay, he's consolidated his main stack. Meanwhile, let's look at the other people. He should be doing the same.
Oh, wait, Poland actually breached in Warsaw. Don't think it was worth it.
Okay, he's removing his... he's assaulting and he removed... Okay, so he's doing a fairly decent assault. Okay, never mind. He still has a bit of...
Okay. Nobility sees power in Prussia.
Yeah, this might be a wipe here. He needs to instantly react.
But Prussia's attacking with like 0 cannons, so...
Yeah, but no, this is a wipe.
No, it's not.
Wait, why isn't Tullipen sending in more?
I don't know, but it's not gonna wipe.
Yeah, that was a 1 though and a 2. It should have been a wipe.
Okay, but Poland lost 10,000 cannons, so...
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But he still has so much military points.
Prussia? Yeah, Prussia has really good mill power generation.
No, I mean Poland. Let's see what his leaders are.
No, Poland has mill points because it doesn't attack 14 yet.
Yeah. His leaders are also all wrong. Like, he's not improved his advisor to +3 at least. Not changed his trader to spy network +3.
And the prestige guy on admin.
Prestige, I mean, that's okay. And he should have... Okay, he did switches. I think he has too many leaders. Yeah, he has too many leaders. So he should kick one of them. He kicks it. Yeah, he has this... this thing.
Yeah, basically he can't really afford to be down mill power generation since...
No.
Yeah, okay, he has an admiral. Yeah, should probably get rid of that guy.
13 here. Probably. Oh god, he consolidated his cannons. Well, hopefully he's making new ones. Let's see.
Yeah, Prussia consolidated 1 cannon, but okay.
Yeah, he's making, but he's only making 9 for 25, so that's not gonna work.
Anyway, I just saw 6 ask the question.
Lithuania,
when is one supposed to build a second cannon stack? And I think the answer for that is usually somewhere when you have about like 200 force limit. Usually by then you have about 100 to 120k manpower. You can actually afford the attrition on 2 cannon stacks.
Yeah.
We tested this fight with 2 cannon stacks each, and you just lose your manpower staring at each other.
Yeah.
It's pretty
here we couldn't make any use of that, but that, or here we lost. So the general answer you might be looking for is once you have enough manpower to sustain through the attrition to use 2 cannons effectively.
Yeah.
But it's yes and no, because what you can do is you can have a second cannon stack and not use it all the time. Just have it like on the sidelines. And then at some points there are areas in which you can use the second cannon stack, but that's like really awkward.
Yeah, that's true.
But like if the Poland war, I could have kept that second cannon stack back, not do anything with it. But then later on in the war, once it was Merc versus Merc, then the second cannon stack would have been very useful. Okay, he's rebuilt some of his cannons, but not enough. He needs to consolidate. Okay, he did. No, never mind. Like he really needs to. Poland needs to consolidate his.
Yeah, he's still
manpower.
Width. Like he needs to be 29 width, but he's still using 27 width.
Yeah, it's not just that. Like he's out of manpower, and he still has. Okay,
50% chance for Krakow to drop next tick, so he has to go now.
Yeah, you see your general advantage is disgusting. Because you have one with 4 and you have one with 3, so everything instantly falls.
But we'll see whether.
So it's 160 versus in terms of pure troops.
Fucks up the reinforce, because to Krakow you must reinforce from Sandomirs, otherwise you give your entire army a crossing penalty if you go for Sierrats.
Yeah, but this fort is gonna fall. He's okay. He stopped, so that's good.
No. Okay,
oh wow, so lucky.
Now's the time to go.
Yeah, but look, he's not at all in position to reinforce, so this army might still get wiped, even though it's.
Yeah, that's true.
With like double advantage.
Yeah, that's true. And
what is? Yeah, and see 8. This is done.
No. Okay. Yeah. 2. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he didn't get wiped, but it doesn't matter.
Why doesn't he go from Novi South? Like,
yeah, obviously.
Okay, Prussia's at 31 now. Yeah, so now if Prussia just sits back for the war goal, he will have enough score, I think, after Krakow.
Well, now the war is completely done.
Yeah, I think so too, because Prussia just sits here now and Poland can't go up there. And Prussia just waits for war score, basically.
Still hasn't, like, he still has manpower. How much mercs does he have in total? Yeah, he only has 50. Right, because he hasn't constructed a single... Okay, oh, nay, what the fuck? Those are institution spread. Yeah. 6 is right, only institution spread edicts instead of...
Oh yeah, that's because I turned those on.
Why?
Because I was spreading the institution. Like, there's printing press, I think. Yeah. Like, I turned those on when I was playing as Prussia, like, that long ago, so... Yeah, so...
Now he's completely out of manpower, and because he didn't... he's not consolidating after everything, he's gonna start losing. Okay, now he did. Looks like no.
Yeah, I just think they're being...
Here, like, he needs to consolidate.
Like, they're just anxious to fight each other and not really appreciating how important it is to have good positioning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think right now Poland still hasn't taken a really good fight where he has his entire army in the battle with a terrain bonus yet.
No. Well, maybe like maybe he could take a battle in the mountains.
I mean, if Tullipen steps on Trenton.
Yeah, we're still Protestant at this point.
Yeah, I don't think Tullipen is gonna advance anymore. Like,
but see, he's still not consolidating this thing, so his cans are gonna be taking attrition. Somehow they're not. I don't understand how it's possible, but
maybe morale recovery, like not morale recovery.
Is it because they have the leader, and so everything's going towards them? But
like there is a reinforced priority, which I don't know what it is, but
you're getting is with the moral. The moral general gets the priority in principle. I say that, but then sometimes you see your vanguard cannons just disappear, and you're like, why does this happen? But yeah, we'll see if Tullipen should never step on this mountain.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, just go here to these farmlands. Or don't even just sit here, you're fine.
Yeah, he just needs to sit here, that's exactly it, because he has 41 war score and he can gain like 15 more from the war goal.
Yeah, like, the way we think about this is just you need one fort to win the war, and that is the fort that protects the war goal, and that's the only thing you need. And so typically what you do is you assault it early on before the opponent comes in. But in this, because it's people know you're going to declare, they should be ready for it. So you can't.
Poland's cannons are unprotected and Prussia's going to.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, okay. He sends. Yeah, but still, like, why is he sitting here? He's sitting in the only province that's not protected.
He's standing in the only province that is actually bad for him.
And he doesn't have the best leader on it, so. He also needs to learn to reinforce a lot quicker. I guess he's already lost a lot of cannons. Can you see the front line?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
The back line, I mean?
Poland just has 2 infantry on the back line. His front isn't depleted yet. The problem is this 21k stack coming from big case is way too far away.
Not just that, but he should.
Now his front broke. Yeah, he should be reinforced.
He needs to put a. When you see your troops, when you want to make them advance faster, just put a random maneuver general on them. Yeah.
Okay, this stack is a stun. Yeah. Okay, now Tullipen's gonna start Trenton.
Okay, now he's really low on manpower.
Yeah, Tullipen's gonna start Trenton.
So he needs to consolidate everything. How do you think we should proceed? Like, because obviously the result is clear now.
So let's see, how long did that take? That barely took half an hour because we were expecting for them to actually have some footsies, but turns out they just want to fight each other. If that's that fast, I kind of think we should switch to 1.22 to play the France versus Burgundy one, since that's actually like it goes in sequence rather than playing the next one the same patch.
Poland will see Chelmo in 2 provinces. Obviously, if you're Poland, you take that. You lose only 2 provinces. That's a really nice deal.
Wait, he's tapping already. Oh yeah, because he just wants to win, right? He already has 50 war score. Okay.
If I click on like decline or accept, that does nothing, right?
Nothing. Does nothing. You're just observing.
All right.
But yeah, like in a real war, what Prussia will probably do is you assault Trenton and now you sit behind and now you get like 60 plus war score and you can stab it for like 3-4 provinces.
Why would you ever assault Trenton? Why do you waste your military points?
Because you just won a battle and it gives you like a lot more war score. If it lets you take like 1 to 2 more provinces, I think it's kind of.
I don't think you care about Trenton. You already got everything you want in this area, so you want to go to Bavaria.
Yeah, but if you get Trenton, you can like lock down the area quicker. Like,
see, he's still not. He's still not paying attention to his manpower. You should hover over your manpower to make sure that you consolidate stuff here as well.
So Poland still has 29 with.
Like, how much troops does he have? Okay, he's mass recruited now, but his force limit went down. I guess because he doesn't have the land force limit advisor. How much money does he still have? See, he has only 8 loans. Only 8 out of 68 with half his country down. That just goes to show you fucking take 30k at the start of the war and you build up everything.
Yeah. Well, it just kind of means that they're not really like, or at least Poland, Triffy is not really knowing what it means to really go full out because like he's just fighting a normal war kind of.
And he's fighting versus a Prussia that's not going all out at all either. He still has built nothing. He's not golden era. He's not improved his cultures.
Yeah.
For some reason, he has 96%.
Okay, he's gonna go to sneak behind to Sandomir, and we're gonna see if that works. Okay.
Aristocratic nobility. Okay, yeah. Then he's gonna be stuck, right?
No, you'll never get stuck because these forts don't project hostile zone of control in the same way. Occupied forts work very weirdly.
Yeah, I never understand that. So what do you do? It's too late now, but what do you do if you're Poland here?
Yeah, you wait for this. Like you wait for the other guy to screw up. That's usually the way you come back. But like, realistically, if you want to somehow make a comeback from this, the first thing is I think you need to get more manpower. Well, no, I think Tech 14 is still more important.
He still doesn't have Tech. How does he still not have Tech 14? I had it before you did.
No, about the same time, but
but okay, he still hasn't. But that's because I had a +3 advisor.
Yeah, so
and I removed this guy.
Obviously, yeah, +3 advisor extremely important. Not running an extra leader also. Okay, this is not gonna go well.
Yeah, no, that's terrible ID. Like he should just look at the amount of troops he has. He can see these Prussian troops. He can count them and know that he doesn't stand. Okay, he gets even -1. Zero doesn't help. But his leader is also worse. He has less discipline.
He doesn't have enough cannons in the back.
He has less prestige. So there's no way he ever wins a fight. And the worst thing you can do is attack. Make things even worse.
If you can't win a fight, don't pick a fight, basically. He's reinforcing way too slowly against Prussia.
This needs to retreat. He should probably try. Okay.
And then he's gonna get this stack wiped. Okay.
Okay,
yeah. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
Okay, next one.
Fuck, he wanted the wipe, obviously. I think we should. We should take them. Yeah, but I think we should go to the main chat and sort of discuss it a little bit.
We can have a debrief or something like
that.
Yeah.
But I think we also need to give them a bit of time to set up and really tell them to set up, because else they're just being a bit lazy with Tullipen is Prussia. I'm a start my game.
From Poland, you should know that you're at an obvious disadvantage because you're down tech, and you can count all his troops, and you know that he has more troops than you.
Yeah.
So like you really shouldn't take a battle, especially not one where you're attacking. You should just like try to get all your
like the last one I just had to do because it was getting stabbed.
All right, I'm gonna be right back, guys.
I just had to
keep talking, certainly.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll load up the next save in the meantime. So the thing about Poland is I think you didn't recruit enough troops. The first thing that came to mind is you only had 27 cannons, even though the width was 29.
It was 29.
Yeah, it was 29 because Tullipen has the 29 width. So when you fight with him, you also use the 29.
Okay,
width.
I did not see that.
Yeah. So you were down 2 cannons the entire engagement.
Okay, I should just straight up did not know that.
Yeah, and the other thing is that you should definitely have had a level 3 mill advisor. You only had a level 1, right? So mill power generation was really bad, and like even at the end, you still didn't have the next tech. So if you got a level 3 mill advisor from the get-go and delete your extra
pay
general,
attention to the tech thing. I just want to disadvise him.
Yeah, so you definitely need a level 3 guy because mill power generation actually decides a lot of wars that are quite close otherwise. Just because like the other guy's gonna get a new tech before you. And so when I was testing with Distinct on this save, eventually I was gonna win because when I was Prussia, I actually got tech 15 like 8 years ahead of time, and there's no way he could keep up with me, so the war was over.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just didn't pay any attention.
Just respawn in chat. No.
Is next game the same patch?
No, it's a different map. Oh fuck, I forgot to change my...
Right, same here.
Oh my
okay,
God.
well I'm gonna get some water. Just 1 minute.
Yeah, but just start downloading first.
Yeah, and then so the other thing that immediately I noticed was that neither side took a lot of loans to build regimental camps, because if you're in a war like this and you really want to win, right, you need to use like everything that you can to get every single advantage that you can.
Yeah.
And one of the things you can really do is to take loans to build regimental camps.
And the manpower buildings.
Yeah, and
it's less impactful, but it's still impactful. And here you have enough money in the bank or not in loan capital. You're not going to bankrupt anytime soon.
I just think the war is going to be over before it has any effect.
No, maybe it would have pretty minimal impact, but for the force limit buildings, it would have been extremely impactful just because it gives you extra mercs.
Okay, so what patch is it? 1.22?
1.22, yeah.
No.
Yeah, so and the other thing is as Poland you need to reinforce a lot faster because you're down quality. So if you're down quality you have to reinforce faster in general and also start with a bigger vanguard.
Yeah, when you're down in quality, definitely start with bigger vanguard, but you want to reinforce every like 7 days or something.
Yeah, and my advice for reinforcing is try to start moving from the back first, because sometimes you have like your first 2 reinforcements go in on time, but your 3rd and 4th stacks never make it in because they start too far back. So you want to move them first before your vanguard goes, so that by the time your first few reinforcement stacks are in, your stacks are already starting to move towards the position.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so you don't like move like usually you have like 2 stacks on your vanguard, and then the next stacks are 1 province away. But if you start moving from the front, sometimes your stack at the back doesn't make it in, especially when you're down quality.
I think what you really want to focus on. So here, there's no slack in manpower. The first thing you want to do when you're playing whatever country you're going to be playing, I would recommend France because it's should be slightly stronger.
France is slightly stronger than the next one, yeah.
Is first of all, you take mass loans. You get your advice to +3. You hire a disciplined advisor. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think France has gotten disciplined events.
It's gonna take months to get both this and +3. No.
Yeah, but you just take loans. It doesn't matter.
It's always worth it to take loans because the alternative is to lose, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but like it took like 3 months to get at least a disadvisor.
That's true, but you get no choice.
Yeah,
you just need. Yeah.
So you take, for the other ones, you want also good advisors, because you want advisors that can give you, that either have a helpful ability for war, like the spy network guy, and then you build a spy network on your opponent, and you also counter espionage him, because that's going to increase your siege ability at the very minimum, or decrease your tech cost. And the other thing is the +3 advisors, they can just give you a random 50 prestige.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's insane in terms of the warfare.
Wait, what? Who does that?
Like the event.
When you're fighting a war,
so when you're fighting wars, the advisors that you want to take to maximize your chances of getting the events, because at least typically you don't remember what event you got per advisor, except maybe like the discipline one or the moral one.
Discipline and the morale one, yeah.
Exactly, but the rest you don't. So instead, what you do is you just take the advisor you never take typically. Like for admin, you take the prestige one, because no one has ever taken that guy, so you're 100% confident that you can still have his event trigger.
The other thing, Tullipen, you probably didn't know this when you were fighting, but if your army is so you walked to Krakow from Sandomierz, right? And there's no river crossing from Krakow to Sandomierz, but when you reinforce the battle, like you went from Sieradz to Krakow, and there is a straight crossing from Sieradz to Krakow.
Oh.
Okay. So if you're reinforcing a battle, and if any of the reinforcing units go through a straight crossing, you give a straight crossing to your entire battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of your reinforcing units have to come in the place where there is no straight crossing.
So
whatever.
I think for Tullipen, the advice would be first take the loans, build everything, make sure you win the war, but is pick your battles more carefully. And also, like, you don't need to push too aggressively. Like, you just need to win a couple of key battles and sit on your advantage and let the opponent fight into you. Because
doesn't kind of Poland win long term, because it just like makes.
No, Poland always loses long term because it has no military points generation.
Yeah, so you'll get Tech 15 beforehand.
I suppose.
Like by the time the war ended, he wasn't even Tech 14 yet, so.
Yeah, but that should not have happened. Like, you should have taken the institution and then you can tech for quite cheap.
Yeah.
Again, I thought it was like gonna be over by the time.
Well, the thing is, I felt that like you guys are just like throwing.
Saturday and me, we went to Tech 15, so.
We fought all the way to Tech 15, basically.
Oh no.
Yeah, like you can't like so. The way I fought it with Distinct was so at the start I wiped like 3 of his stacks because we were on speed 3, and then a while later I got my entire army stack wiped in Trenton. Like what the fuck? Yeah, I got my entire army stack wiped in Trenton, but I built my cannons back, and eventually we fought a few more battles, and like I got Tech 15, and then it's over. But yeah, the war can really go on for a really, really long time because Poland can get like 80 mercs and Prussia has like 70 or something.
Well, I actually had more than 80 mercs, but well.
Yeah, I think you had 90 or so, mercs plus one cannon stack, and I have like 70 mercs plus one cannon stack.
Yeah, but see, I completely misplayed when we fought the war. For a number of reasons. In terms of my setup, in terms of course that first engagement on speed 3, that was terrible. But
don't stand on Igor, it's a trap.
Hey, can I say Chibak Tisa? I guess I can. I suppose that's some sort of like I am an ass thing.
Anyway, the next save is up. We'll see.
Yeah. So in this one, remember there's no stack of manpower. That means that your cannons are
very
cannot take damage. Never take damage, and you can never afford to have any manpower go to your manpower troops.
So I think this one, France and Burgundy actually started a truce, so we'll go slightly faster in the beginning.
Yeah, but what we want to do...
They started a truce.
We want
so anyway, Triffy, you can pick your country, and then Tullipen plays the other one.
France was a bit stronger.
Well, yeah, we evaluate France is a bit stronger.
Okay.
Yeah, Jones was of the opinion that Burgundy was a bit stronger.
I think Jones evaluates Burgundy's a bit stronger, and Blitz says France is slightly stronger as well.
Ah, it's pretty balanced.
France has the air bonus.
France has the age ability,
But again, so there's a truce. So in that truce timer, make sure that you set up your country for war, get the relevant advisors, check to see if there's any like states that you can state. Check to see.
Ready as well.
Right. Check to see. Build every single land force limit building. Build every single manpower building. Take the manpower edicts on every province. What else is there to do? Make sure that you embargo your rivals. Rival the guy you're going to fight. Put a spy network on him. Counter-espionage him. Before the war starts, insult a random rival for 5 power projection. Like there's a tons of things you have to set up to squeeze every single little advantage you can.
Yeah, I remember the save now. There's a small chance that Spain falls into personal union under France.
What? Oh, this is little information. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I'm just telling you, like it happened to me twice in 2 tests where Spain falls in PU under France.
All right. I got a bunch of events. That's good.
Oh, yeah, I can start already. Okay, there we go. Right, okay, so same thing, 2 minutes to look at country, I guess, then we'll start.
Right.
What the fuck? Wait, this Spain is Ram, right? He doesn't have, he's a fucking trading country, and he doesn't have ahead of time in Diplotech, what the fuck?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I'm subbing France, yeah, okay, I'll just keep subbing France, since that's their deal.
Monarch point is, why don't we start, or is someone...
No, we're just letting them check out.
Oh, the thing for the manufacturers is gone. I hate this version. Oh.
Wait, but I have the abandoned game thing.
Wait, what? Oh, I pressed start already. Let me try.
What? We're gonna have to. Yeah, but I can't hot join.
Can you hot join as observer?
No, because it's the patch doesn't allow it.
We don't have to hot join. Fuck. Okay, let's do this quickly then.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck? It was bad, man. Yeah, I started already. Okay, now I see that on your stream you started the abandoned game thing. Herbs.
Damn it. Alright, hopefully this doesn't take too long, but it's gonna take very long.
I think it'll be fine because the slowest one is my computer. Which takes quite a while.
I doubt it. You keep saying that, but I'm playing on the laptop, so.
Same.
Oh, disgusting.
Like, I move every few years, so I can't really get a PC. In fact, I should... Oh wait, no, I'm staying in the same house next year, because reasons. Okay, I really should have bought an SSD. Oh my god.
Yeah, of course you should. Do everything right. Both countries need at least 2 cannon stacks. Else you're just gonna get wiped everything.
France only has one, so you need to make a second one.
Controversial opinion, make them Mercant stacks.
You can try that. I personally don't think it's worth it. But...
No. You need every single merc you can on the front line.
Actually, it's not that I don't know if it's worth it. I know it's not worth it for this kind of wars. Where
yeah. Not for these kinds of wars.
If you have like 1,000 mercs, then maybe it makes sense to have merc cannons, but not here. If you have like only 200 mercs and you're gonna use like 70 mercs on cannons, you're down to 130 mercs in your front line.
Yeah, France does not have 200 mercs in this one, so.
Yeah, I know they don't. Like I think Burgundy has 160 and France has.
Yeah, so it's like quite low scale war.
Wait, how many mercs did you say France had?
About 100, I think. I don't remember.
Okay, so I have like 50 or something.
Yeah. Burgundy has a significant amount more. It's like almost 2 vanguards more.
Wait, are we playing with buff? No, we're playing last patch. I don't get the new Burgundy ideas.
Yeah. So you have trade steering, but that's okay, I guess. Oh yeah, you should also cancel. So Burgundy should cancel your transfer trade to England.
Yeah, make sure to break alliances and stuff like that.
Host is up again. You can join now.
Yeah. So one thing, Banan, you really need to take care of your manpower and make sure that you consolidate manpower at all times.
I was thinking like at the start of the war, I had 70k manpower definitely. I can make one more manpower stack and not pay for it. But
the main problem is you can't let your cannons get weakened.
You should make the more infantry stacks at the start of the war. Is only as soon as the battle is over, you take every single stack and you K. Except maybe the cannon stack if you're gonna K some cannons, but
K some cannons.
K is consolidate, the hotkey for consolidate. But the way you do it is either you can manually click through everything, or you can click through the list on your right, or you have hotkeys assigned. But you have to K as soon as the battle is over. That way you can instantly start mass recruiting your mercs to prevent the opponent from assaulting, or because you saw when you tried to assault, Tullipen was there.
Nice.
Tullipen was there on time. Yeah, the game remembers that I'm Prussian.
The game remembers that you're
Prussian.
Alright, here we go.
Losing Berlin to Saxony feels bad, man.
It doesn't feel bad, I just killed him, it was no problem. It feels bad to lose a war versus like France, Papal State, and Saxony, yeah.
Feels bad to get 3v1, yeah.
Okay, I still have this abandoned. Okay, it's fine now.
Yes,
this time I'm in.
Works now. Okay, works now. Okay, so let me somehow not get under PU.
Just go to war with some man.
Yeah, fuck it. Who can I declare war on? Okay.
Why is the camera not entirely in the corner?
Okay, so yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I guess I could.
Whoa! Wait, this Spain is put by AI.
Here you go. This Spain is what?
Made by AI or something. It's terrible. Whatever.
Yeah, here's serenading his elitist self as always. Corrupt admin. Alright, let's see. France starts with 444. That's
okay, so when my ruler dies, succession war between France and Burgundy. Actually, if my ruler dies and I get PU'd, you might as well just start a war, lol.
And then there's 80 traditional France. Oh, you have to go back to our channel.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll go back to streaming. Have fun.
Have fun. Good luck. Alright. So, let's try and look at this. Alright. Is he making... Oh, wait, what the fuck? He made infantry instead of making the cannons now, yes?
No. France starts off recruiting infantry. Like, it is in the save that he starts.
That's fine. That's fine then. He needs... I remember, he doesn't have boats that he has to kill.
No, I think it's better for them to have boats, because if you have boats, you can look at who's putting troops on the coastline. It's actually quite good.
Alright, there's... The tech is very far away. not that far away because you can't even
No, it's
use
not
your
that far
military
away.
power.
Both of them will have it.
He needs to. Oh yeah, right. He has a
Okay,
discipline
okay,
too.
Okay. Okay. What is this speed 2? What is this
He-
speed 3?
He took the advisors. That's good.
Oh right, Provence. Right.
Buff his things. Now he needs to wait to have enough to make it. I think I started the war versus Jones with like 400 or something. Right,
Yeah,
as much as possible anyway. So let's see what's going on in Burgundy. Yeah, so Burgundy, you have so much manpower.
Yeah, Burgundy has to keep banking basically.
Yeah, Jones started with a shit ton.
Apparently I'm rivaled with Burgundy, so I can't watch the shit.
Yeah, I'll just watch the stream.
Yeah, but that's bad. Like I don't want to do that.
Why is that bad?
First, because your stream has a bit of delay.
It still has a bit of delay because I tried putting it.
It still has a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So I can see the Tullipen is not taking the mission, the rival of a rival, because he doesn't like prestige. Bad Tullipen. Bad Tullipen. He's already running the. Okay, we can't remove them, so. Yeah. Moral +3 for some reason. Okay,
wait,
whatever.
I can only give combos to one side, huh? Okay, let's ally France first, I guess.
Also, you'll note that I don't think either of them last war used estate thing for manpower.
Prussia can't use it because I just used it to prepare.
There's it's Tullipen versus Banan. It's still the same 2 players, and
you should call him Thrifty and not Banan.
But Thrifty then I'm not sure Thrifty. So it's Thrifty on France and Tullipen on Burgundy.
Okay, so I'm looking at Thrifty's cannons set up.
There are two cannons right now for
okay, I got an air, good.
And meanwhile, what's the combat with? It's gonna be 38, right?
38, yeah.
Yeah, so
next tech is 38.
Okay, so he needs to anticipate that as always. You just anticipate whatever tech is gonna.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's look at my beautiful Prussian meanwhile, just for shits and giggles. Alright, never mind.
Yeah, France should also build a bit of forts because he has like no fucking forts.
It does that matter? I guess it does. Is he construct? Yeah. Let's see if he's constructing. That's more important part. Okay, you should like kill the rest. How about here? Here as well. He needs to kill everything to build. He's building a little bit, but every province needs to be blue.
Yeah, for
and then probably you. Yeah, but there's nothing really important here, I guess. Because the French defensive position is really bad.
Why does he need a marketplace in Tarragona? Like he doesn't.
No, I know. Like you can improve every province, but it's not like a disaster in terms of. Scoring.
Right?
I'm lagging really hard. He has almost blue regimental camps, not totally.
He doesn't have it in Provence.
Okay. How about? And I'm lagging. That's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad because they have truce for 5 more years. Like we don't want to sit here for 5 years on speed 2.
Okay, let's see how the building setup is here.
I should take a new save.
Everything conscription center. Everything. Well, that of course.
Yeah, so
there's so much manpower to be constructed, though. So much manpower to be constructed on Burgundy. That needs to be done.
Oh my god, fucking Jones is AI.
Still no loan, if he has enough money, but not really.
Why am I giving subs?
Also, he's not taking his estates advisors, though I guess he loses prestige, but. What you also want to do as either of them is mass death, the points that you don't need. And actually, it's funny. What I did as France is I dropped religious and I took admin.
I mean, oh, that's religious 7 though. Oh yeah, France also has religious, right?
But I mean, yeah, probably better to have the 15 moral.
5 moral, yeah.
But I just, yeah. Feel bad having religious as
I think it's slightly worse than
See, like, France should always win, right? If you're looking at it like that, it's just
I mean, it's not.
Burgundy
it's not
can win.
Wins.
Burgundy can win early on.
No, it's definitely not always wins because it really depends.
Yeah, sure. Someone can get a 6-6 and the opponent not.
Oh yeah,
but...
France actually starts with a better general because Burgundy's one will die. Like he has Burgundy is only 1/6 fire general, but France is like 80 army tradition, so he doesn't have a problem getting good generals.
Yeah. And he has a lot of military points, so he can mass roll.
Yeah.
He should mass roll now before he loses more. Okay, he's made to 38 cannons this time, so that's good. But he needs to make a second cannon stack, else he won't have a sentinel to defend his things. So the interesting thing to note is like who is going to attack who.
Just before drilling.
What is going to be the war goal? What would you want to take as the war goal as either side?
So if France attacks, obviously a war goal is in call because you don't want like. Yeah, I think the thing about this fort setup. Okay, so the thing about Burgundy's fort setup is, French Comte is actually a really hard fort to break because
but you don't want that one. It's just terrible.
So, but and the other thing is you can't actually walk into Lothringen. Like you can't cut off reinforcements from Burgundy, even if you might think you can walk into Lothringen, but you really
One
can't.
cannon too much. Okay.
So you can't stop Burgundy from reinforcing.
Our little Tullipen is trying to be tricky and made a third cannon stack. So that might work out because he might catch off Thrifty off guard with his reinforcements because there's so little forts in France.
Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing I was saying. So if France wants to push, the best place to push is Picardy, which is a flatlands fort with no river crossing. Okay, but it's unrealistic to reinforce from Mont Blanc. So we're gonna take it to be a grasslands fort with river crossing.
But you should want Paris as Burgundy, right?
No, I mean if France is attacking, so your war goal should be on call, and you should try to push in through.
Yeah. Okay, he's already max military power. He needs to do something with it.
If we're attacking from Burgundy, I would actually say.
You have 44 army tradition as Burgundy. How are you supposed to win this war? How did Jones ever think this war was fair?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you won it in the real game, but that's because you basically did the bankruptcy strat, and the opponent doesn't, so of course he just loses.
It's not really that. It's just that Burgundy has a lot of counterplay in other aspects, mainly in terms of quantity, simply because France starts with no manpower. So Burgundy is down a lot of quality. In fact, he's down a lot of morale. But he has counterplay because he starts with a lot of manpower banked, and he starts off with a lot of mercs. So he has a general deficit for sure. Like France has a.
But that means he needs to push, and he needs to take offensive fights. And you're saying, like, his quality difference is so massive. He doesn't have air bonus. He has so little moral compared to France.
Yeah,
and he probably will have a worse general. And he has to take the offensive fight, so like he should not be able to win that.
Well, the thing is, the France player is usually going to be stepping on Picardy, right? I don't. Yeah.
Why?
Eventually, France.
Why do you stand on Picardy? You let Burgundy attack you, and then you just stand on Paris.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a matter of who is more impatient.
That was a good, like, I think that's very important advice that you gave in terms of like, what do you do as Poland when you're getting trashed? What's your best chance? Your best chance is just being patient and waiting for opponent to get impatient.
Yeah, because if you make a mistake, it's extremely costly here.
Yeah, it's extremely costly in every war. It's best to just sit back, be patient, and take defensive fights whenever you can.
Yeah.
The alternative is to try and assault on, like, when you have a wide front. Yeah, but that's quite risky, and typically it's just better to be calm and patient and analyze the fights, and then pray to RNGs is that either you get really good dices or pray that your opponent makes a mistake in terms of like, if you think about Tullipen attacking he attacked, I don't know where, like he attacked next to Krakow, whatever that province was called.
Yeah,
that was such a disaster, like so bad mistakes.
He didn't reinforce on time.
He didn't reinforce on time. He couldn't reinforce on time because there was a fort blocking, and there's no business attacking that province either way because you're not accomplishing anything. But yeah, so you can just wait for those types of things to happen, and typically they do happen. Oh, lol. Okay. Has he been constructing his manpower buildings? No, he has not been constructing his manpower buildings. Come on, people. No golden era for him.
No, neither of them can use it. They both used it in like session 1 or something.
Yeah, makes sense. How about, let's see if he's finished.
Wait,
okay.
This play, he has fucking tempo in Cambrai instead of workshop.
Yeah, Blitz is terrible. Blitz is terrible at this game. It's proof here. Okay, but okay, so that's good. Thrifty already tried to finish almost all of his force limit camps. Some of the yellow things have switched, but he still needs to do the same with the manpower ones.
So this thing with Burgundy running 3 cannon stacks, do you think he has the generals for it? Because if you have like 40 army tradition...
Yes, 44 army tradition. Yeah, but it's like if it's cannon stack versus non-cannon stack, that should be fine, right? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's true. But like, if you're down army tradition, you're down mill power generation, can you really afford to be run? Oh wait, no.
I don't think it's a good strategy for Burgundy to have 3 cannon stacks. I'm gonna say that very clearly.
Well, yeah.
If, and I'm gonna add that, is if both players have an equal skill, you're just gonna lose too much manpower with the triple cannons.
Yeah, like France will just not push you, and he'll just play defensive because he knows that you have 3 cannon stacks and he cannot push you.
France doesn't want to push you either way.
Yeah,
but here maybe Tullipen will be able to catch some of the things. I'm also
manpower recovery again, like both
right.
sides.
It's 1.1, 1.2 for Burgundy.
France should have more manpower recovery.
And France has 1.8.
Yeah,
effectively.
Okay.
So
France can just hold back and wait for manpower recovery and slowly gain an advantage that way.
Okay, he's already.
Burgundy wants to keep fighting battles.
When is their truce over?
95.
Yeah, it's still a lot of time. But okay.
Yeah. Yeah, whereas Burgundy wants to keep fighting battles.
Freaking monkey, man. He wants to know stuff, but he doesn't put on his sound. Like, he expects me to type. I guess I'll type to him on Steam or something.
I'll just put it in the chat.
Yeah, good guy, Serenade. Well, he's not even on Steam, so just, fuck him. What we're talking about. So yeah, I would agree with France. You would attack Co and take Picardy.
Yeah.
And I would not at all touch Burgundy proper. Like just this entire area, you don't give a crap. You want to push into Antwerpen.
Yeah.
If you're gonna push, but you don't actually want to push. You just want to defend you want to let him attack and defend.
So the other thing that's very important to know about this map is that Burgundy can do this funny gimmick where you start in Vermandois and you walk to Champagne, and from Champagne you can actually go right through Paris and walk straight to Normandy. So you can do this maneuver where you go from Vermandois to Champagne to Paris to Normandy.
What? How is that useful?
Because sometimes France has cannon stacks in Picardy and Caen or something like that, or Picardy and Vermandois or something like. You can catch.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying like that.
So it's a pretty tricky maneuver that Burgundy can pull on this map.
Yeah. That seems weird. Okay.
Like you can do this weird thing where maybe France has so you go
342.
Right. So you go from Vermandois to Champagne, and you're already standing in Champagne and Artois, and maybe France has cannon stacks on Vermandois and Picardy, for example, because for example, and then you can take a fight in Picardy, and your other cannon stack goes from Champagne to Paris to Normandy and cut off his infantry.
So you can actually see with how much more men Burgundy starts because you have He still has 80 mercs in the bank. So he's going to have 120 mercs. He's going to start with 420, a bit more, like 450, and max manpower. Whereas France is going to start with 3 more years, 100 mercs. So he's going to have 280. He's going to have plus like 40. Yeah, he's going to be very behind. He's going to have like 400s or something.
Yeah.
No, not even. He's going to have 300. 370.
Died, so now his mill 2 only.
370. It's gonna be 400 total versus like 550 at the start or 560
at the start.
Yeah, if you add the manpower. If he builds up everything he's got at the start, he has 550 to 600 on 200 force limits.
Right. Yeah,
so it's expensive, but
yeah. So Burgundy actually has to be a bit okay. France actually building some forts. Let's take a look. He's building a fort in Nevers. Where else?
In Nevers, yeah.
Okay, he's not building a fort in Orléans, which should be the more important one because it's actually woods.
It woods, yeah, exactly.
But okay, I guess he wants to patch up this hole. So
he's thinking about zone of control. It's not like terrible idea.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Oh, look, he's got the diplo points just fading. Just develop every province, like get as much as possible. What you want is to develop not like where it matters in terms of buildings, so maybe, but in terms of just getting your force limit up as much as possible. If you're developing like this, you can probably add 15 force limit or something.
Okay, so Tech 24 is level 8 forts, right? But Tullipen is not building his level 8 forts.
Oh, France already teched.
They both teched because they have mill power to spare. Like they're probably
but they need to France need to spam the leaders.
The generals.
Yeah. And he can also develop a little bit.
Oh fuck! I got rebels in Korea. God damn it.
Yes, you really need to worry about how the Spain is doing.
I actually don't give a shit. Like Korea can break away. Like it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Also, Barat declared war on Tibet. Oh, what's this? Persians, Swiss imperialist war. Okay.
But yeah, triple thing. Yeah, I think Tullipen is just gonna flood over. And
well, it's not that straightforward because France has a pretty so the times that I played this one, France usually wins the first 1 to 2 battles simply because of the morale advantage.
But they shouldn't, because Burgundy should always win those first battles. You have so much more men. So,
it's oh my god, I have to slow colonies too. What the hell?
Okay, there's not max absolutism on Burgundy. Yeah, and both of them have only 80 maximum absolutism. What's going on?
The state is triumphant in Prussia in the meantime.
The what?
The state is triumphant in Prussia.
I'm gonna check what their okay, rival to Burgundy, Prussia, and Ethiopia. Transferring trade power for some reason. For subs, I guess.
Yeah, I'm giving subs. Fuck, I need to send troops. Okay. Well, I guess I can also play something, otherwise I'll be bored to hell.
They have military access to each other, I think.
Oh yeah, France has mill access through Burgundy. No, they don't.
Can I not write?
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah.
I guess I can't tell them to remove.
Mill access.
So yeah, they need to be embargoing their rivals and insulting them before the war. Let's see if Tullipen has done it. France, Denmark, and Spain. He's only he's also not embargoing who he needs to. Wait, 100 power projection? I guess it doesn't matter that much.
France has a lot of power projection because Prussia lost provinces in the war.
Yeah. Good guy. Sting just. I mean, the moral difference is gonna be utterly massive.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Usually France wins the first battle.
Let's look at this. It's 6 moral for Burgundy.
France should have like 7.1 or something after policies.
And it's 7.3.
Okay, and he has a 5% policy from religious.
And 5% policy. This is why. What the fuck is this religious thing? This is why I swapped religion for admin, because 25 available mercs obviously outperforms this 5% moral.
Yeah, obviously.
So that was actually a very big deal, because my war with Jones, it went quite late. And that those extra like 10 mercs or whatever they were quite useful.
Is it only 10 mercs? What the hell? Should be more.
It's not a lot. So it's very important for Thrifty to make sure that he has good vanguards enough. I guess he's France, so he actually can afford to have fairly weak vanguards since he has such a big quality advantage. But he needs to make sure that, unlike the last times, his vanguards or his cannon stacks are made up of mercenaries, and to always start reinforcing with his mercs.
Yeah.
And we'll see how Tullipen does it.
To reinforce. We'll see. So it looks like France just raised his maintenance, but Burgundy is not.
Yeah, but they're not going to bankrupt, so it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, truce is almost up. It's April next year. 6 more months to go.
Burgundy needs to mass recruit his mercs now.
Yeah. Well, let's check out whether Tullipen. Okay, Tullipen is still not upgrading his forts. He's paying for them now, but he really wants level 8 forts instead of level 6 forts. It's a pretty big difference between
He needs to make infantry because he has 170k manpower in the bank and not doing anything with it.
Oh yeah, he's also manpower capped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Okay, he's finally starting to.
Yeah, I see his maintenance go up now. I think France is gonna be attacking, right?
He has a 5-1 leader.
Triffy asked me, why do I break military access to Burgundy so you don't lose 5 stability when you declare war?
Yeah, but see, he's put a manpower stack on his cannons, so that's pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. France here, you gotta preserve every single manpower troop you've got, or you will get flooded. And he's gonna get flooded probably.
Wait, is that 76, 38 manpower and 38 cannons?
That's what I'm saying, and I'm lying again this man.
Yeah, really shouldn't do that.
Yeah, really shouldn't. He also needs to.
Really has to be mercs plus cannons.
To finish his mercs, every single one of them.
Speed up again.
Okay, I think he's moving now. I think he saw it. Maybe he's listening to stream. Okay, so our buddy here, Tullipen, mass recruited his mercs. He has 430, but he still has 170 in the bank. Like, he should just make 100 more infantry at least.
Well, yeah, I guess, because you. Oh right, that's the other thing. When this battle was actually fought,
you stack wiped.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I was gonna say is that back then the assaulting tactic is not that well known, so the original France player didn't know about it, and I knew about it when I was playing Burgundy, but I didn't want to make it I didn't want to advertise it too much, so I didn't do it either.
Okay,
but
France.
Back then,
France is rolling generals. He rolled fairly good one for a 4-6-3, so that's good. It's not massive. I think
Burgundy's best general is actually a 5-1. So
Burgundy, okay, that's actually not that bad considering he has 40-80.
Yeah, it's only good ones a 5-1.
Yeah, but France also needs he needs to finish recruiting all of his mercs, but he also needs to at least make 40 more infantry. You don't need to have it close to maximum. You just need to make sure to consolidate effectively so that you don't use manpower on your cannons. Yeah, okay, Tullipen made mercs on every. So the interesting thing about his triple cannon strat is not only does he have too many cannons, probably, but maybe not, but he also has all of his mercs on every one of his cannon stacks. So that means that he's going to reinforce with manpower instead of with mercs.
Does he have no more mercs?
No, he has 120 mercs. So his three cannon stacks, they take all of his mercs.
Right.
And that's often a big problem when you're fighting even the very late game wars when it's 1k versus 1k. Oh, the war's starting. Okay, let's pay attention to what's going on.
So France is 4-6 general. That's not
okay. So the first thing that's funny is they both randomly charge into the opponent's territory.
What's the war goal?
Which is silly. Oh god, what is going on here? What's going on here? Okay, so France, you should be fairly happy. You can take the fight in Paris. You take your best general, which is your 4-6, I guess.
Wait, he only has 4-6. That's actually worse than Burgundy's 5-1.
No, that's. Oh god, what is he doing?
Oh, okay, that's not.
Okay, that's terrible. Like now he can't reinforce. Like he has nothing in position to reinforce. Paris, yeah. Also, he can get attack in Paris, and he's not moving. He's moving to Namur instead of Paris. But Tullipen is not reacting. Okay, he might react now with this thing. Okay,
he moved to Namur. Yeah, okay, okay. No, he caught. He almost.
Yeah,
what is? That would have been excellent. Yeah, that would have been excellent, but.
Because actually now this fight is fairly decent. He should retreat out of Vermondra where he's taking -1. Instead, he takes the -1 fight on Paris.
Focus on the fight in Paris, yeah.
And he needs a very...
What? In Paris. What the fuck?
Okay, he definitely... Yeah, okay, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Burgundy actually got wiped in Paris. That's...
Let's see if he's quick on the logistics.
So what Burgundy needs to do now is to detach his mercs and go to Vermondra rather than standing here with 76 stack.
Yeah, definitely. But France also needs to be mass recruiting.
Yeah.
But he's not consolidating quick enough.
Stack, which is not really helpful.
No.
Also, Burgundy has 11k and Koblenz doing nothing.
Okay, so actually not a bad retreat timing from France because Burgundy took mass attrition there.
It's actually just 5% attrition, but yeah.
But he still hasn't consolidated these things. He needs to consolidate them ASAP. Mass recruit.
Burgundy is wasting a lot of manpower force marching. Also, Burgundy should definitely not do religious ideas, but I don't think he's paying attention.
The other interesting thing is Burgundy just won the fight. And what does he do? Nothing. Nothing. He just retreats out of it. You need to push your advantage. Yeah, every time you win a battle, you need to take an objective, unless it's really impossible to do so, which sometimes happens.
The problem here is France had one vanguard retreating out, so if he tries to assault Paris, he probably won't make it in time since it is a level 9 fort.
Yeah,
So it makes sense that he wouldn't be able to push any advantage, but he should at least stand in call the war goal. Like he should at least stand there so that he has control of the war goal. Even if he doesn't assault in Paris, he should at least be standing in call in Vermondra so that he has firm control of the war goal. Instead, now he lets France regroup and walk back and stand on the war goal.
So the one good thing is Thrifty upgraded all of his forts.
Yeah, exactly. And Tullipen doesn't have upgraded forts, so...
Let's look at the edicts. They don't have the fucking manpower and defensiveness edicts. Like, okay.
Okay,
Burgundy does. Burgundy does. And now he has 1.8k manpower region now per month, and France has the same.
Okay, yeah.
So you can see that made a massive difference.
Yeah. Okay,
and
so
he needs to move.
The cannon stack though.
France, Burgundy, you mean?
Burgundy. Yeah, he got his cannon stack wiped in Paris because that was kind of a mistake. Oh my god, I got more rebels. What the fuck?
See, Thrifty is just waiting basically to reinforce naturally. First of all, he needs to make sure he moves ASAP to his border again to the protection of his forts. So these provinces.
If the thing is, if you're slow like this, Burgundy could actually
have assaulted Paris. Paris could have been assaulted, and then
So you don't want to let the other guy assault Paris, so you want to move back ASAP.
As soon as the battle is over, you click on every regiment and you just consolidate. And then you remove back to the thing and you start mass recruiting with B1 and whatever template you're using.
Okay, so let's look at this again. Burgundy is pretty much in position.
Is there like a lag? Okay, he's taking a really long time to... Let's see if Tullipen wants to remake a third cannon stack. Probably not.
I don't think he will. Like, that just now that battle already proved to him why it was bad.
Again, he's doing this aristocratic coup thing nonsense. Like, why?
Oh. I guess he's really trying for the... Now he can get Noble Republic.
Is that even good?
Because Noble Republic is pretty good. It's 10% moral, yeah. But the problem is you never want it in a real game, since in a real game you actually care about the state of your country. So anyway, about this one, I think so.
5-1 for true.
Burgundy is already in position, and France is like nowhere near.
Yeah. Yeah, but at which Miltef do I dump cavalry? I don't think there's like a very clear answer. The typical answer is I never use cavalry. But it depends. Like there are specific timings of tech where cavalry is good compared to infantry. And actually, even if you're like Poland, which would be the premier cavalry country, even then there are techs at which cavalry is just really bad. But the reason why cavalry is really bad is because it's manpower. And so it uses manpower and it fucks up your like logistics because you can't consolidate them into infantry. Early game, when cavalry is supposedly good, you actually want your manpower to go to your cannons instead, even if it's like Tech 7 or something. Cannons are already a better manpower investment than cavalry, except maybe for like Poland and Hungary or something. So the typical answer is you never use cavalry in multiplayer, except again like the free cavalry you get as the Eastern countries.
Okay, let's focus on the war again. So I think France is going to move up to make a move since Burgundy is stepping on.
Yeah, Burgundy again is attacking. What's the war goal even? Huh?
Co
is the war goal. So yeah. Burgundy doesn't need to be on the offensive.
No, but okay, so France is going in now.
Alright, let's see. Again, big mistake. He has a lot of manpower on the front, so you can see his manpower is going to tick every month, though he's getting fairly good dices.
Tullipen is trying to do something with the second cannon stack, but I don't know what.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything.
This is the cue for France to go. Like, go to Normandy, call Vermandois. Yes, good. He's no, not through Paris. Not Paris. Okay, but Tullipen noticed it now, so there's no point anymore.
Well, he couldn't have cut off his reinforcements, could he?
He could have, because Tullipen was going to Barra, and that's not.
Oh, okay. Who arrives first, though? Tullipen arrived first because he has force march. That's quite bad. But then again, it's France. It's France versus Burgundy, so France is a lot stronger.
France also have more discipline. What the fuck? Burgundy doesn't have a discipline.
He needs to go right now. He's consolidate and go. He's not going to consolidate.
Yeah. Burgundy doesn't have a discipline advisor.
What?
Look at this casualty. It's like 11k for Burgundy and 6.5k for France. Because Burgundy doesn't have a fucking discipline.
I guess he has moral. I mean, it's... it's not like the worst thing in the thing. I thought you were going to tell me he has like reinforcement speed or something.
No, I can't see what.
Okay, he's assaulting Picardy. That would be okay, but I'm actually suspecting he's wasting his manpower.
He doesn't have enough infantry. Like, he only has 14. That's not enough.
Yeah, but he most importantly wasted his manpower. Yeah, he needs to mass consolidate. Not do this.
Armies behind doesn't need to stand in Paris. He needs to start recruiting.
He needs to start in Co. He needs to consolidate, and yeah. So this is actually going to cost him because I'm expecting Tullipen to. But Tullipen is not ready yet to attack.
No, but that's not the thing. Like, just look at the numbers of troops left on the field. France has 150k, right?
Yeah.
He has 150k now. And he needs to like immediately recruit everything he has.
No, I agree with that. But I'm saying like for some reason Tullipen doesn't punish him. Like Tullipen should have.
No, Tullipen is not in position yet. He's still trying to regroup.
It's taking him way too long.
Yes, that is
like
true.
He retreated to Antwerp, so he's super fucking close. He could have even prevented the assault from going through. Maybe not, but he can attack instantly on it.
He would at least attack immediately and win the next battle and get back and forth. Yes.
Also, France needs to sit. You sit on the fort you just assaulted because there's no garrison.
There's 1,000
it can be instantly assaulted again.
Yeah, so France should not retreat this far back. You need to be standing in Picardy and Vermandois to protect your fort.
Alright, but you can see France's manpower management is pretty bad because he's already in deficit with manpower, but he's not just mass consolidating. I think he just did.
The thing about this here is that if Burgundy goes up right now and assaults Picardy, he'll get the fort back because France is not ready yet for the next battle, whereas Burgundy kind of is, but he's not in position for it. Like, he has his army recruited, but his army is all over the place. Also, Burgundy made a third cannon stack again.
Yeah. Really, he did.
Yeah, in East Frisia.
What is he trying to do? He's trying to be so fat. Like, why does he not start the war with 550 troops and just win that first battle and win the war?
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing.
Don't try fancy stuff. Just win the first battle and then you stand ground.
So we basically showed here that in a hit-up Vanguard versus Vanguard fight, there's no way Burgundy can win. But Burgundy can just...
Unless he starts with 600.
Yeah, the idea is just to fight two good battles when Burgundy sends all your troops into these two battles and then assault one fort and then hang out and wait for France to make a mistake. Yeah. France kind of needs to do the same. You need to win the first battle with your superior quality, take one fort, and then wait for Burgundy to make a mistake. So that's kind of what France is doing right now.
But Burgundy is still going to win the war.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Because France
is mismanaging his manpower. Yeah, even though right now, like, look at this position. If his vanguard was was mercenaries and not manpower,
80k is still manpower.
There is still both of his vanguards are kind of mixed, and he's not fully recruited as mercs.
Right.
But I guess he doesn't have that many mercs at all, huh?
No, but the thing is that France. So if this is the position, like 1 year into the war, where France still has a lot of manpower, right? If this
then he wins.
Exactly.
He just stands. This is where I was versus Jones. This is exactly where I was versus Jones, but I still had like 40k manpower or something.
You should still have a 400k army, basically.
400? No. You never get to 400k as France.
Really? But at least 300. Like, he has barely 200 now, and that's not enough.
He definitely doesn't have enough. He also shouldn't be pushing anymore, because now he certainly doesn't want to push onto any fort.
Okay, so the thing now is he can actually push up to Gund and Hainaut, which I think is what he's going to do. Yeah, okay, so he can push up to Gund and Hainaut, yeah, so that's fine.
That's not a bad idea in terms of
take
just...
more land, that's okay.
I guess the Picardy is grasslands too, so...
Yeah, the problem now is that Burgundy now knows exactly how weak France is.
The other problem is that he's actually taking.
So Burgundy is going to Gand. Okay, that is good.
Well, that was a one stack. I thought that was like a stack wipe for some reason.
It's a one stack, but that's still good because now you can maneuver around with the two cannon stacks, and we'll see.
Yeah, but this is not a good position. This Calais stack is very vulnerable.
This is not a good position for France. Yeah,
no, definitely not. I don't know what Tullipen does.
No, but Tullipen decided to give up.
Tullipen has 3 cannons, so like. He decided to build 3 cannons. He needs to play to this thing. Right now, he's just losing manpower. On every cannon stack, he's losing manpower. So he decided to build... Okay, that's actually a fairly... Yeah, oh, no, he arrives 1 day too late.
Oh, yeah, okay. So France is going to lose all his infantry. He needs to move out of...
He moves that infantry, right? Because actually, that Cambrai fight is pretty bad. He's going to wipe here, but... Oh, no, what's going on?
Wait. Where's... What are they doing? What are they doing? This is so messy.
Yeah, but this is still to Tullipen's advantage.
Yeah, this is definitely too.
Now all of France, even losing cannons.
Like
he needs to retreat way before.
Okay, he will wipe the stack of infantry. Like Tullipen is fighting 3 battles when he has 3 cannon stacks. That's definitely good for him. If you're in France and you only have 2 cannon stacks, you only want to fight 2 battles.
Exactly. Okay. He it took him a bit too long, but he did say, okay, I have 2 cannon stacks, so I can fight 3 battles, and I'm always gonna win the 3rd one because I have. Yeah,
you'll always win at least one of them, and hopefully that one is targeted at the enemy's manpower.
But see, it could have actually gone way worse for him, even though, like, that's why I don't like too much the idea of pushing, because you're putting yourself more at risk, and when you have only 2, when you have less cannons.
Yeah. You need to.
What is Tullipen doing? He's taking so long with assaults and shit, and he's also not removing his.
Cross march. Yeah.
Oh, where?
Well, the thing here is that Burgundy has already won. As long as he doesn't make any more mistakes, he is going to win. Simply because manpower is gone now, and Burgundy's merc advantage is just going to win the war.
He still has manpower as well, and 3 cannon stacks.
Like at this stage, France can't win a single battle. anymore. Like once this stage of the war has been reached, Burgundy's just gonna win every single battle simply because he has more mercs.
I wouldn't say it's completely over at this point. Because you can be so greedy. Now as France, you just sit back, you really let this Burgundy waste. You need to consolidate, make sure that you're gonna have one cannon stack. Because he took too much cannon damage, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he only has one cannon stack.
No, he still has like 34k, but he has this one unusable cannon stack, and he's never getting more manpower. He needs to get manpower ASAP, and he does have the raise.
The nobility thing?
Yeah, he does have nobility thing. He needs to use that. He needs to get that to 75 and use it.
Meanwhile, Burgundy's being very slow going to the fort to assault. I think he respects France a bit too much because he thinks France will be back in time. But
I think he doesn't. It's not a question of respect. I think he just overestimated. Like even Blitz doesn't arrive in time if he had just assaulted Picardy.
Yeah, like he's what I'm saying is he expects France to be back in time because like I don't know what he's waiting for, to be honest, because there's nothing stopping him from sending this 75k to Picardy.
Well, now it's a bit too late.
Yeah, now it's too late because France is ready. But...
Because if he assaults in Picardy now, and France interrupts him, then he could actually lose the battle. It's like the only way he loses the battle, unless he tries to go to like Swiss or something and takes a -2 fight. But let's assume that Tullipen's not going to do something that dumb. But he's still forcing himself by being passive. He's forcing himself to be the aggressor. When he could have had the war goal, he would have just assaulted. He would have had the war goal, and then once again, he probably has war battle.
Okay, at least
only +2.
For Francis. The other thing is he's also taking a lot of cannon attrition by doing this.
Yeah,
like it's not necessary to do that, but yeah, he's okay. At least he's in position to fight now.
Okay, but yeah, France has so little fucking. He needs to get that manpower button going.
Okay, so if I'm seeing this right, France.
Oh no! What's France doing? If Tullipen could go right now to Paris?
Yeah, that's not gonna be good.
He's actually a bit stuck, but
like he can go from Champagne to Paris.
He needs. You need to like.
The thing now here. Okay.
That's actually bad for.
That is not good. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, Burgundy should always win just numbers-wise, right?
No, the thing now here is that it's impossible for France to defend the fort of Picardy because, okay, he's going anyway.
No, if he puts 100% of his army in it and doesn't take double fights.
Okay, he's not doing that, but just now, if France goes into Picardy, Burgundy goes to Paris and Caen, and that's just not possible for France to win.
But no, I don't know. I don't think that. Yeah, well, they need to retreat now, both of them.
Yeah, France needs to run in Paris. Okay, he ran in Paris. Now he has to run in Picardy soon.
Yeah, he needed to make the.
Okay, that was actually really good.
He needs those manpower. He needs those manpower. He needs to make more manpower. He should have had 60k more manpower at this point if he had been more careful with his manpower management. And he could have, on top of that, have another 40k from the estate interaction, or even more. And then he has like 100k men more. And he has this great advantage from a position-wise, so he always wins from there on. Okay, so Tullipen is still not assaulting, he's just being so slow with everything. He's forced marching out because he doesn't need manpower, it's not important. He has a better general, he has a 5-3 general, that's fairly decent. What is his army tradition? Because that's the other thing, by taking these battles,
yeah,
you're giving Burgundy this army tradition. He really needs it. You can't afford to be giving it to him.
So I think France is now actually down to 2 cannon stacks plus mercs, right? He doesn't have any more manpower infantry.
Yeah, but he didn't actually. He even kept his cannons. Okay, well, he has full.
Okay, Tech
he's not consolidating.
Soon, so.
He needs to be he's so slow on mass recruiting.
Well, they're all.
He waits. It's because he waits he waits until his troops are arrived at destination to then consolidate, then start recruiting the mercs. And of course, that's way too late. But Tullipen is it's not assaulting. It's not important for him. I guess he can just take the offensive battles, but why would you take an offensive battle when you can assault?
You can just pay money to win a fort.
Well, and monarch points. But here you like in our patch, there's more thought to it
there's more opportunity cost.
Because there's slack in manpower, and that is so important. And there's also the other thing is that it happens here that there's no tech anywhere near, so you can also just go ahead.
Tech at best is maybe 9 years away. France will get it first, but it's still really long.
Burgundy is out of manpower, so now these cannon stacks are gonna be so costly for him every month.
Yeah, but Burgundy is the one who still has manpower infantry, right?
He still has 116, and those are gonna disappear because he has 3 cannon stacks.
Yeah.
If you just wait, and Tullipen is not pushing his advantage. So France, you just sit back now.
Yeah, France is to wait for Burgundy.
Like you can still win as France, even though you misplayed a lot. It's still, I think, possible to win as France here. And you probably just wait behind Paris and don't even take the Paris.
Yeah, you have to go behind Paris now. But okay, so Tullipen is trying to do something with their cannon stack, but don't.
Tullipen is trying to be fancy. This is gonna cost him or it could cost him.
Well,
I thought he was gonna go to Neighbors, which would have been a really dreadful mistake.
Yeah, okay. So he has a front locked down with 3 cannon stacks, but France is just gonna take 1 battle at this point.
I also think France should roll a bit more generals.
Yeah, he needs something better.
He has too much manpower, or too much military points. You have so much military points compared to what you have. He has 630. Like if you.
Yeah, he needs to roll a better general than this 4-6, because this 4-6 is not good enough.
He has 84, so he can definitely get 6 in fire, like no problem.
You really need a 6 fire at this
right.
Race. Like something like 6-3 is good enough, and it's excellent in fact compared to this 4-6.
With as well the era bonus.
Yeah.
If you think about Jones and me, we both had 6 fire, and then eventually I rolled a 6-6, and then that was sort of it. That was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. So he needs defensive edicts in the Paris state, just to stall for more time, and he needs to not take cannon attrition when he's stalling for time, Like here's the thing, right? He's not like his stacks are in no danger of being attacked. He's not planning to attack in Paris because it's -64.
Oh, why does he attack? Why does he attack? He doesn't.
There's no need to do that yet.
Yeah, he doesn't see it as we see it, but he really shouldn't. Also, he doesn't want to take 2 fights.
Why is he? Okay, yes, okay. He needs to focus. Yeah.
Yeah, he should only take 1 fight here,
Definitely
and not use. It's not because you have a second cannon stack that you need to do something with it.
Yeah, okay. Well, the only thing he can do now is to run at the right time. So he has to run from Caen. Okay, lost 1,000 cannons. Now he has to run from Paris soon. Yeah, okay. Oh, at least he's running at good timing, but...
Yeah, well, he did a fair amount of manpower damage.
Well, at least his status quo in Paris again, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, like, I think what he should have done is he should, like, split up his stack so he doesn't take cannon attrition, put on the defensive edict in Paris, and you just wait for Burgundy to bleed his manpower because of 3 cannon stacks. Okay. The only downside to doing that is you have to react very quickly if Burgundy tries to assault in Paris, so just watch whether he breaches.
That wasn't, like, too horrible for France, because France is so much stronger quality-wise, but it's bad in terms of war score, of course.
Here comes the breach, Yeah, oh yeah, that's the other problem. If you go into these entire battles, you're really feeding war score.
Yeah. On the other hand, Tullipen is deficit in manpower is going to grow every single month.
Yeah, until his cannons start whittling down. So he's already missing 1 cannon in Caen.
He lost, he was at 110, and now he's only at 70 effective regulars.
Yeah, and the other thing is his cannon stack in Paris only has 30k now. So he's
that's
gonna have to shuffle
pretty terrible. Just chance.
So if France regroups fast and it's disease outbreak in Paris. So So if France regroups fast and goes for another battle in Paris, he can catch Burgundy with only 28 cannons in the back row. That would be pretty good for him. Like, only go for one battle where Burgundy has insufficient cannons.
See, the interesting thing is they both are so slow on logistics. If any of them were effective, he could just take the battle before the enemy comes there in time with his reinforcements.
Yeah, if either of them were more effective than the other, they would be back in time before the other finishes recruiting, yes. But if they're at about the same speed, then neither really has an advantage over the other, I think.
So
I forgot to look at France's forts again. Okay, so if Paris drops the next fort, okay, he got a fort in Nevers, but
he doesn't have the edict.
Doesn't have the Orléans fort yet.
He doesn't have the edict on Paris. Put that edict on, please, please. See, it's understandable when you're fighting Prussia with 4 siege and it takes 2 days to take a fort, but here you have like 1 year to react and put the edict on.
Status quo again. Okay.
As soon as you see someone walking on your fort, you should be like, oh wait, do I have this edict on? And he also really needs to put the manpower. He still has the manpower thing, huh? Yeah, he still has it. He can take +1 extra estate, and he can take 40 manpower. If he does it now, take 40 manpower, and then attack. If France is listening, you add 1 more estate, you build your manpower, you build the manpower, you take the fight in Paris while Burgundy...
You take the fight when Burgundy has 26k cannons.
Exactly.
In the back line, and you only do 1 battle with all your mercs in it, because Burgundy will only have, like, he'll be down 11k cannons from the back line, and put all your mercs into that single battle.
Look at this disaster, though. He's just sitting there, taking attrition every month. He's not regening anything.
Yeah, he needs to have an idea of what he's going for here, because he still has 2 full cannon stacks, okay, but he doesn't look like he has a plan. He's just waiting for Burgundy.
Yeah, he keeps getting status quo. It's pretty unlucky.
But Tullipen reacted to that, and he's gonna switch his cannon stacks around now. So now Burgundy will have a full cannon stack in Paris. So I guess that's a lost opportunity. He has to keep waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, no, he's not listening. Yeah.
I mean, they're not supposed to.
Ethics for the loss. You should be stream sniping.
But now he's going for the battle, which is not really necessary. Okay, he's trying to hit Call, which has insufficient cannons, but that's not.
Which is not like a terrible idea, considering there's insufficient cannons, but it is a terrible idea because his leader is still not
gonna win. Yeah, you're still not gonna win.
And you're losing a defender advantage. So hopefully this time
he's going.
Oh no, why does he just send the merc in the main battle? Okay, and Tullipen does a very weird reinforce.
No, but I think Tullipen has enough in Call to win just simply because he's...
Yeah, but he might lose in Paris if he doesn't arrive on time. Okay, no, never mind. Yeah, because it was a 9-0 roll. There was a 9-0 roll, but if it was opposite, then he actually loses in Paris.
Well, Paris is still -7, so...
Alright, now the good thing is France lost very little manpower. Because he's almost...
Sure? I saw him lost a lot of cannons. Okay, no, he didn't actually lose that many cannons.
No, he has 4k deficit, so that's not too bad. Meanwhile, Tullipen's deficit is going to be much higher.
Tullipen didn't lose many cannons either.
No, but he lost a lot of regulars.
Okay, he lost a lot of infantry. Yeah, manpower infantry.
Okay, he mass consolidated.
And get back to Paris before Tullipen wins, because it's already at 14%.
Okay, he actually consolidated the cannon stack as well. The third cannon stack, but that's not really that impactful. Oh, actually, look at this Paris stack. Only 36 cannons.
Yeah, but I think he'll move 2 more from the useless stack to Paris.
Well, if he notices, it's not like the easiest. Okay. Yeah, stream sniper confirmed.
1v1 in more again. Like, I hate all this shit when both sides are recruiting mercs and mercs walk into each other and they fight a nice 1v1.
Yeah. I think they were a bit faster on the merc spam. Or maybe I'm just
No, that's still really
still France, come on, you have so many resources banked.
Okay.
Use your
there goes Paris.
Roll your generals, get that manpower. Use that dev to get force limits from your Diplo.
Yeah, I think
same for Tullipen. Like, he has all this Diplo. Meanwhile, he's at 73 army tradition.
Yeah, so Burgundy should start rolling pretty good generals too now.
Yeah, but he's also not rolling. They don't want to roll. I guess at this point they might think about, you know, getting in 6 years. No, 6 years. Come on.
No.
You still have time. You could roll like 5 more generals.
Like look at this Burgundy. Okay, 5-3 is an okay general, but you really can't do without a 6 fire fighting France with H bonus. Likewise here, France is a 4-6. Okay, that's okay, but in your H bonus, you really want 6 fire.
Like, this is the different. Like, rule number 1 in war is greed is bad. All right, that means you always start with full mercs. You always start with maximum army size. You never bank, or you always bank manpower. As soon as you hit that threshold, you just make more infantry. France and you want the best generals. You have to roll for generals.
France has like 39 cannons.
Why is he attacking? Why is he attacking?
He tried to catch an infantry. Okay, good. He stopped.
Yeah, but still, it's...
I mean, that stack is probably mercs, so catching it would not have been that impactful.
Does nothing. Nothing. He's gonna lose the battle because...
No, but if he catches manpower and wipes it, then Burgundy will be short. What?
Yeah, but he's okay. Maybe he can do some sort of fancy... I don't know. Why isn't Tullipen fighting in Namor, where it's -1 instead of the other one? See, now he's just taking terrible casualties.
He's still gonna win though, I think. Yeah, France front is gonna break soon.
And they're really making their life difficult for each other.
Okay, France rolls 0 in shock, 2 in fire, so he has to run then.
To put things in perspective again, when Jones and me were playing, we had 6 fire really quickly on both sides, and we kept re-rolling just to get a bit more shock. It's 6-2 and like 6-5. That wasn't good enough. We needed more. Because what are we doing with our manpower points? Nothing. Just nothing. And if this were in version 1.25, then of course you would, because then you would want... It just pains me to see he still has a recruit.
Okay, so they have general traits as well, and if we check, France has a 50% prestige guy, and that's not what you want, so you definitely want to roll a new general. Burgundy has 10% movement speed, so again, you want to roll a good general.
Yeah.
These traits on the generals also matter a lot.
Yeah. Alright, again, it looks to be like getting better on the logistics. Still no assaulting.
Yeah, I think Tullipen chose the morale advisor because he knew about the gigantic morale difference. So
yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily relevant. I don't think we can really commentate because we still have no like clear view of which of the advisors is better. It's still sentiments.
Well, I'm not necessarily saying it's worse. I'm just saying that it makes sense. Like, at least it's logical. Like, he's not making an obvious mistake. That's what I mean.
How much regulars does Burgundy have now? He has a deficit. He has 49 regulars still.
Okay.
So that's quite a bit.
So after seeing all of this war so far, how much advantage do you think Burgundy really got out of his third cannon stack compared to a third stack of infantry?
Well, he got 0.
Well,
he actually has lost quite a bit because he took some of his cannons were on the front sometimes, so they were just worse than infantry, and they took attrition every month.
Yeah,
it's a manpower dump, and he's only taken like 1 battle where he could take advantage of it, and the only reason he could take advantage of it is because France was in a bad position.
Yeah. So I think realistically speaking, it was actually better for him to just roll with 2 cannon stacks and try to have as much infantry as you can.
Yeah.
The other thing is that when you're down a fuck ton of morale, you don't actually take a lot of casualties because a lot of your infantry just retreats. So it's quite important to have quite a lot of infantry and preserve your numbers of discipline.
I must check if Tullipen. Okay, Tullipen did use the estate thing. Oh, France
So
attacking
France
again.
is attacking, but he doesn't have reinforcements in position. Oh, he's trying to flank to Burgonia. Okay.
4-6. He has a second.
That would be amazing if he catches the cannons.
But he's stuck. He's stuck. Of course, he can't go there.
No, he can go there. From Bourbon, he should be able to go to Charolais and Burgonia. There should be no problem doing that.
What? To Bourgogne? How does he go to... Oh, no, he's going to get...
From Bourbon, you can go to Charolais and Burgonia. This battle actually ends up being quite close because France realized he should put all his infantry in a single battle with a full cannon backline.
Yeah, and -1.
Yeah.
If he... Okay, 9-0 there. Yeah.
That's fucking unlucky.
I mean, he was not going to win the battle.
8-4 now, though. Next fire phase.
Oh, that's terrible. He's taking a lot of damage on his cannons.
That's kind of...
Wait, where? What? They're retreating to Burgundy, so those are wiped. You know, all in all, that's not bad, huh? Because at least he's going to get manpower out of those cannon stacks.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to get these cannons wiped now, TBH. Yeah, so like I said, it should be possible to work to Burgonia. Also, why the fuck did that retreat? Okay, that's...
Oh, that was not necessary quite yet.
Yeah, but okay.
Alright, let's go back to main channel.
Yeah.
Banan.
Oh,
oh my god, that's peace.
Yeah, nationalism. Very good.
This is close to what actually happened in the real game. What actually happened was I won, but I stabbed it for 40, and then France truce broke me, and then I won for 100, and then France got reduced to Iberia. So that was pretty funny.
Please never make us play on 1.22 again. Thank you.
What? Why?
No templates, no conform to templates. It's the worst.
Why do you use conform to templates? What?
It's a good button.
No.
I really disagree.
It takes so long and it's really laggy.
Okay, so so I guess we can discuss some things. The first thing is Tullipen's third cannon stack.
Yeah,
I think we mostly agreed that Burgundy overall didn't get a lot of value out of the third cannon stack.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. Probably a bad move in
Why did you make
retrospect.
Yeah, like we even told you that you should have 2 cannon stacks on each side.
But
So-
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I
Hello,
saw, like, yeah,
Austin.
there's like,
Well, put
I
it.
mean, you had like 3 forts, so I thought like if I had like a third cannon, like I can flank him everywhere, but I couldn't flank him anywhere. It was kind
No,
of...
there's nowhere you can flank.
Yeah.
It's just a waste of manpower.
Also, I did kind of expect, like, since France had fewer mercs, that he would push early, so I would have greater flanking opportunities. That
Okay,
way.
I'm gonna go start the game for the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll start the game for the next one.
Alright, but I feel it was still better than on both sides, better than the first battle, the first war, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I think I did a bit worse there.
yeah, I think Tullipen did a bit
Yeah, some
worse,
noob mistakes.
but I think
Okay, so now it's no more
1.24
beta?
again.
1.241?
1.24 again, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this time I think so France has some initial advantages, but I think overall Triffy had worse manpower management. Like your vanguard contains of some manpower infantry and some mercs and cannons, right? But you really want only merc infantry plus manpower cannons, so minimize the attrition there. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
The other thing is
conform to template button.
yeah, but there's a detach mercs button, so I usually use that one instead.
There's.
Yeah,
There
there's
is.
a button detach mercs. Yeah,
Okay.
so you only detach the mercs, they only put mercs on your cannons. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you need to use your edicts. Like when Burgundy is standing on Paris, you didn't have defensiveness edict at all for the entire duration. But if you had the defensive edict, you might have been able to stall for like an extra year of attrition or something. Because Burgundy was taking a lot of attrition from 3 cannon stacks and he was getting disease outbreaks and shit. So like if you had a defensive edict, stall for an extra year and go when his cannon stacks are depleted, you might have a better chance, at winning that one battle.
Mm.
And then
you didn't use your estate interaction to get manpower?
Yeah. So manpower management quite useful.
And the other thing, but this is for both sides, you guys have so much military power in bank, but you don't reroll for leader.
Yeah, so that was the next thing. So France was using a 4/6 general with plus 50% prestige from battles, and France.
Yeah.
And Burgundy was using a 5/3 general with plus 50% movement speed. So neither of you got a 6 fire general, which is absolutely crucial for this war, for this era versus like age bonus France, right? And neither of you rolled to get a good general with good traits like that actually helps your battle. And both of you had so France at one point had like 700 mil power.
Hello, Astuk.
And Burgundy also had a shit ton of mil power bank, and the next tech was like you can't possibly take it for another 6-7 years. So I think that's a good time to start rolling some generals and hope for a 6 fire with
and also please use your Diplo points. Just get some force limit. You just randomly dev provinces. Get that use somehow.
I mean, that maybe gives like 1 to 2 force limits, so I don't think that impacts.
Everything matters. You should be looking at every resource you've got and be thinking, can I use them? Yes or no, in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I actually thought about that, like spending the ammo, but I was kind of afraid of going bankrupt, so I thought it was better to like stay ahead of tech.
I agree with staying ahead of tech, to be honest. I think it's just that rolling generals to get 6 fire has such a huge impact compared to getting 1 extra force limits that you really shouldn't discuss these 2 factors together.
Yeah, I suppose.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So fire pips are absolutely paramount at this stage of the game versus era bonus France. And in the next
pips are always crucial. You should always try. It's more a question of, do I need to save up for the tech? Or do I need to win the war right now? Like, what am I doing? And if you have any military points you can use, then just use them. Especially if you don't have a 6 fire leader,
Yeah, okay.
For example, in the next one, here you might need the military tech at some point. Maybe not. Like, you might not even get the time. But you have to decide one way or the other. You have to say, okay, I'm looking at a situation, I can win before, and then you have to commit everything to win before, or you have to say, okay, no, I'm going to wait a bit and be a bit more greedy and try to get that tech advantage later on.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You guys really need to up your logistics game. Because especially now we're getting into the big wars with 1k on each side. You need to be very fast with these logistics and make sure to consolidate all the time as soon as a battle is done.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be pretty fun.
A bit slow during the war, but towards the end I geared up. But I had like no.
It was much better later in the war. The Merc spam was much better later in the war.
Yeah.
Okay, the next save is
on both sides, actually. I think when the first thing we saw from Tullipen is as soon as he won that first battle, we were waiting for him to assault Picardy, but it just never came. And then,
yeah.
I looked. It had like K garrison.
Yeah.
Like, it's this moment where both sides have an awkward pause because both sides are like arranging their armies. But if one guy goes and the other guy doesn't go, you can actually take an objective. It's really
but what are you losing if you attack the 6k garrison? You're losing mercs. What do you care? I mean, unless you were like really close to bankrupting, maybe that is.
I think there is actually opportunity cost for going and losing, because if you go and lose, you let your opponent assault the next fort. So there is a real opportunity cost to it.
Yeah, but France was not in position for that. But I guess he doesn't have vision of that necessarily.
Yeah, you don't know whether the other guy's in position.
Yeah, if I was gonna go there, he's gonna be there immediately, because Burgundy is so small, you can get there really fast. so they want to go for it.
In France, you don't want to assault at all, but is Burgundy assaulting France? I think there was an opportunity, definitely.
Okay, so the next save is going to be a bit weird because I think Distinct fucked up Netherlands in the sense that he doesn't have infiltrate administration of France, whereas France is infiltrate administration of Netherlands.
That doesn't. That is not fucking up. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm not saying you actually.
I mean, you can just do that. Like
no, Netherlands is no spy network.
I considered that to be the better option, and I still do, because you're supposed to you're supposed to be patient and not overextend. So you're not gonna be caught off guard.
What I'm saying is that France chose infiltrate administration, whereas Netherlands chose sabotage recruitment. So there's gonna be an extra level of difference between these two countries.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, save is up now, so yeah, you two can just decide who wants to be France and who wants to be Netherlands. So I think that the history for this one is that France usually wins. I think it's very, very similar to the previous one. Netherlands is more mercs, but France is better quality.
Yeah, and Netherlands has the army tradition bug.
Oh, what? That's
it seems to be the case. I never get more than 8, so. But like in this war, you can still manage. This war is all about the merc spam and being effective at it, at logistics and assaulting at the right times.
It's 1.24.
To switch versions, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to the toilet real quick.
Yeah.
Which one is it? 1.24.
1.24.
Okay.
Yeah, Tullipen wants to be Netherlands, huh? It is a nicer color. Let's see, what hour is it? So I kind of want to play, try the France versus Burgundy one versus Serenade, or the very first one, but.
I feel like as France, you need to push like in the first few years of the war, else you're gonna lose because if you have less mercs in it.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think you need to push early to have a real chance at winning.
I think Serenade and me heavily disagree. We think that France should just stay. France has a very big quality edge, and you just need to wait for. Netherlands actually has a manpower advantage early on because they have. You start with 0 manpower in the bank, whereas Netherlands starts with maximum manpower, and they also are at maximum force limit.
Okay, I didn't know that Netherlands starts at full manpower.
So yeah. Netherlands only has 40 more mercs than you, and that's not sufficient to win a fight against this France, because France is such better quality. It's not even close. So it's all about draining. It's all about draining Netherlands' manpower and taking the defensive fight.
Okay.
But you did manage to push because you won the first battle, I think. I'm not sure how it happened, but it did happen. Then you could have just stayed. You had the war goal. You had the fort protecting the war goal. You shouldn't be afraid to just say, okay, now I stay here and I let my opponent make the mistake. And if your opponent attacks, attacking is a mistake.
Yeah.
Also, you try to take too much like double battles where you would have the defensive battle on the fort, but instead you try to take 2 battles at the same time. Why not just take the battle on the fort where you get +1, or even if it's farmland, you get the hidden defender advantage, and that's sufficient.
Trying to get like make my cannons worth something, but
yeah, but I think your cannons taking a second battle actually hurt you more than if you just took 1 battle.
Yeah.
You can't even let your cannons out of the battle. Just you let them there and you say, okay, the cannons, they do nothing, and that's fine. Especially since Tullipen has cannons as well, so it's not like your cannons are actually doing anything on in any battle.
The main thing is that there was a really good opportunity when Tullipen had 24 out of 38 cannons in Paris. So because he already had depleted cannons, and then he had attrition and disease outbreaks. So there was a time when he had 24 cannons only. So if you had like grouped up your entire army and attacked that with all your infantry and go into a single battle, you would have destroyed him, because he has depleted cannons. So that was a kind of missed opportunity, but
I only started noticing when he cycled out cannons.
Yeah, like at that stage onward, I think you should have focused on a single battle, because taking 2 battles was no longer good for you, because Burgundy had like enough cannon stacks to cover, and you will definitely, because you didn't have enough troops, so you will always lose one of them first. And even if you're winning the other one, Burgundy will be able to reinforce because you've already lost one of them.
Yeah. Like, I thought was like that if I have enough morale to like wait at least one battle out so I can reinforce another.
Yeah, but the problem is you're not winning either of them, because you lose the other one first, so you're never gonna win either of them if you take 2.
You have a higher chance of winning the single one.
Is the password still 4, 5, 3, 2, 1?
Yes.
Okay, I think I've caps lock on. Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's see what's going on here. So Tullipen wants to play Netherlands.
I don't really care what you want to play.
Yeah, that last war. It's shocking, like how how massive the quality difference is between both of them at the start.
Yeah, that was what feels bad, man.
Yeah, it feels very bad. I don't think the quantity.
Bad, man. First battle, Burgundy gets cannon stack wiped in Paris.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's better to be stack wiped
than to not get stack wiped. It's absolutely true.
It was my intention not to reinforce.
Gotcha.
So
except that you rebuilt the cannons. We were like, okay, you get your cannons stacked. Also, Thrifty, losing the cannon stack or getting them wiped was not like the end of the war. Probably the end of the war, but you actually get manpower back, and then you have only 1 cannon. But you were, wait, why are we Prussia here?
Wait, what is?
You're England.
Yeah, I'm in Prussia.
Okay, we can see there's a lot of troops.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't actually look at this.
Okay, this is not right before the war starts, though.
Well, the truce should be over. Yeah, the truce is over in August, so that's okay.
Okay, because let's go to. You good luck to you guys, and we're gonna go back to the commentary channel. Serenade. All right. So I see that Netherlands has 340k, 350k manpower banked, and as soon as the war starts, I build up to 240k men to make sure that I have a big enough army. Also, have really good generals.
Yeah, fuck with the revolutionary. I was hoping to go revolutionary Prussia.
Yes, that's very important. Meanwhile, okay, France starts with 1.3k and 500 in the bank, so he has 1.8 theoretically, whereas I have 1.2 or 1.3. Yeah, I got 1.3 theoretically on Netherlands. Yeah, so France should always win the first battle.
Yeah.
And they have the quality advantage.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
A fairly big one. One of the things that is I think underappreciated is that because you have plutocratic for some reason Netherlands, you don't have defensiveness. And a 33% defense or 20% makes such a massive difference in terms of assaulting. All right. +5 discipline, +3, everything. Of course, I mean, it's Jones run country, so every building should be fine. Yeah. Everything looks okay. But meanwhile, Tullipen is not building the manpower troops. So I think if Thrifty is simply capable of reinforcing well, he's gonna win that first battle, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, I think he should be able to win the first battle. He is building more too, like he's overbuilding.
Yeah, that's not really. His manpower is still where it was at.
Like France doesn't have any mercs yet.
That fucking 665 general. What a piece of shit general.
Yeah.
What a nightmare. How many cannons? 4 cannons. Okay, 4 cannons stacked for France. Again, I think that's a mistake for poor Thrifty.
I don't think 4 cannon stacks is necessarily a mistake.
Alright, like Tullipen needs to know this, that my vanguards are not at all settled. And I'm gonna be curious how much he puts in the vanguard. I think you need 100 at least.
I can't see his country because I can't ally him yet. Oh wait, I could just give him condos. No, he has deficit in loans, right? Yeah, I guess I'll just ally him after the war starts.
Yeah, you don't have that many loans now. So why aren't they fighting? Okay, yeah, it's in August.
It ends in August, yeah.
Does that fly? But yeah, so Jones actually didn't construct anything more. He just starts the war with 500 manpower bank. Whereas I started the war with 100 manpower bank and 1.1k troops.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
That's
also no 665 general. Just feels very bad. What's the difference?
A 6.5 with 10% infantry combat ability is actually better than a 6.65 until a 6.65 gets a trait.
Sure. But that guy dies really quickly.
Okay, that's unfortunate then.
Well, actually no, because you have less maneuver, so you take. That's the problem. You even know you have to take a crossing.
Yeah, of course. It depends if the maneuver matters. If the maneuver matters, of course you want the 6.5.
Tullipen is doing the uber greed with 40, 40, 40. That's not gonna work out. That's not gonna work out. Meanwhile,
I can't see what he's doing, but I'll see soon, I guess. The fuck, my colonies are privateering me. Fuck off.
Well, the truce is over. They could be attacking. So I think Jones built some navy to blockade me at some point. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's not really that much for blockades. It's just that he wants to see your armies on the coast. That is actually quite... Oh wait, no, that doesn't make sense. It's infantry administration, so...
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's just good to blockade because it gives war exhaustion, so reduces manpower region. What is France manpower? It's not that much higher at the start of the war. Yeah. Netherlands is, I think, quite behind on military points as well. Yeah, it is too. So maybe Bliss was correct to say that France is at an advantage. I was looking at it and I thought, well, you have like 120 mercs more or something. But you start with such a disadvantage that probably not. Well, that makes me feel better. It makes me feel better to see this French side for once and understand why it is that I lost all 3 of these skirmishes as Netherlands here. Though it should still be like doable. Should still be doable. All right, we're gonna see what they try and do, like as a general, who attacks, where they attack, and how they. The fighting should again occur in this state or in this one.
Yeah, this area here, kind of the same area, really,
right?
Revolving around Picardy and Hainaut.
And as Netherlands, your 100% objective is to assault Barrois after you win a fight. If you win any fight to assault Barrois, you keep that. And then you have a very nice position. Okay. Okay. Declare war. Pipe, pipe, pipe. Rifle is the war goal. Netherlands the attacker. Or no? No. France he takes Rifle. Okay. That's very questionable. Yeah. Very, very questionable. Okay, let's make sure that they do everything right. They have their policies on France. They have Tullipen, still no policies. Will this be the end of Tullipen?
Where is he going for his cannon stacks?
Yeah,
oh,
what?
What?
Okay,
he
that's...
just raises morale.
Yeah, he also has... He has force martial and everything, so he has no fucking morale. No.
That's terrible.
And France needs to go now. And he has infiltrate, right? So he sees this. If I see this, I'm pretty damn happy.
Yeah, this is a cue to go.
But he's not grabbing the opportunity at all. The
Netherlands can't fight you for like at least 2 more months.
All right, he just noticed, and he's removing one by one this thing. Okay, who has defender? Netherlands. I already grabbed it. Discipline. All the policies are running. Yeah.
Okay, I think they are not going because Tullipen told him to wait and he agreed to wait or something. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Lame. Yeah. Tullipen just being very greedy. Still no policies. Discipline advisor, but only +3 discipline advisor. It should be +5.
Yeah, this is kind of the time where you want the +5 advisors.
You 100% need it. And also military focus if that's not a thing yet, but I think that is a thing. It is a thing for both, yeah.
Yeah, I think they recognize that they really need the military focus.
Okay, we'll see what they do. As Netherlands, because you're a republic, you also really need those admin points. Once it starts getting stab hitty. Alright, France is moving. But he's being too I think they also sort of dislike having too many units on the same province.
Okay, so Netherlands has a 6-4 general with cannon ability, and a 6-6 general, and a 6-5 general. So
wait, he rolled a 6-6 general?
Yeah, he rolled a 6-6.
Oh my fucking word. Fucking Tullipen.
So,
anyway, France really needs to get his man in position, and he needs to not care about attrition effectively.
Yeah, he needs to care less about attrition, yes. But right now, it looks like they're just gonna stalemate and stare at each other, I guess. I think choosing Rethel. Okay.
France yeah, well, he kills... No, yeah, the vassal, that's fine.
Yeah, as a vassal, that's fine, no one cares.
Oh, you say that, but you saw how annoying that vassal was. Alright, 6-6 on the front. Luxembourg protecting, yeah. You need a fort on Luxembourg. It's very important. But I guess building one is risky. Alright, I think France might start making a first move.
Yeah, he's moving up.
He should here.
He's just moving up
he should. But where if he wants to fight into Cambrai, definitely not in Rifle, nor in Luxembourg. I think he just wants to go to Artois and Flanders and Cambrai and attack through here.
Doesn't he have a 4th cannon stack? He should do that rather than.
Yeah, exactly.
But his 4th cannon stack force march and go around to Ghent. That would be excellent. And if Burgundy tries to.
Yeah, because Burgundy's cannons are not in position for that. In fact,
is in position. There are no forts in Retho and Luxembourg, so if his cannons go around to protect the side, France just goes through to.
Yeah, but that's really not that important. Okay, France is putting in Henegouwen where they should be. Oh, Canberra? Is that going to be a -1 though?
Try to flank, but...
Okay.
No,
Okay, that was not a bad move if he doesn't take the fight. Now he just needs to make sure to be more on... Oh, okay, that's very bad. Don't attack away from...
Especially not with 2 cannon stacks, because that does nothing.
Also, he sent the wrong general to Canberra. Oh no. Why is he trying to take all the fights at the same time?
Yeah, correct. He absolutely needs a 6-6, because that guy also has better maneuver.
Yeah, he got wiped in Flanders because he only has a 40-40 Vanguard. You cannot have a 40-40 Vanguard late game.
Or rather, if you do that, you can't use him to attack an enemy. Like, you can only strictly use him to protect your sides. Okay, now France lost a battle with 2 cannon stacks, and now his flanks are completely exposed. So,
yeah, but he
can attack in the
no, because he still has the 2nd cannon.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So his flanks are not exposed. He's reinforcing way too fast, though.
Yeah, now he's going too fast, yeah. Like, 240k in reserves. He needs to stop flooding now, like, right now.
And he needs to consolidate the stacks that got lost.
Yeah, he's still moving troops in. He has 280k reserves. You need to stop going right now.
Like, he might still win that fight on -1.
Yeah.
On -1. This is because Tullipen did not mass recruit and has 400 manpower in reserve. Like, what?
160k behind, not moving.
Why does he have 400 manpower in reserve?
He's like, he has 4 stacks not moving as well.
Yeah.
But
actually, now they're too far away. You're right. They're too far away now.
Yeah, like they're not moving at all, which means that he hasn't noticed. But France is going way too fast. He has 320 reinforcements.
Meanwhile, France already lost 160k men. But I think Netherlands lost nothing. So I think maybe Tullipen's strategy is just gonna be.
Maybe he's gonna be use mercs only and just.
No, actually, he's losing. Might be losing cannons even here. Yeah, he's gonna be losing. He's sending in everything in the kitchen sink, so he's gonna be losing the cannons.
I mean, this is a good battle for him, so it makes sense to send everything. He just needs to run before his cannons start taking damage. But
still gonna lose.
Yeah, he's still gonna lose.
Sad time.
France is just stronger at the start.
Oh man, France wins the -1 battle despite these misplays. But guess what? If Netherlands had 400 his banks, 400k, if he had 300 more units, he could win. Okay, now is the interesting part, because now you have to assault, you have to mass consolidate everything, and you need to start getting advanced. Okay, he's putting himself in position to assault. That's very good. Very nice.
Yeah, so France gets like 3/4 now because Netherlands put everything into this battle.
Yeah, but he's control K-ing instead of just consolidating in the move.
That's the thing. Like, if you know that a battle is lost, I think it's better to cut losses rather than to throw everything in, because now you're gonna lose 2 forts. Whereas if you just retreated out, you might have been able to save 1 to 2 forts.
So that was fairly good, but he needs to divide those 600k ASAP.
Yeah, he needs to fix this stack before attrition actually makes him take more losses than the
He's gonna do it like 1 at a time, so that's. And he already he lost 350k manpower in that battle. And probably like 50k to attrition.
Yeah, I think it's better to just consolidate everything as.
It is definitely better to just consolidate everything.
Yeah, that's what I think. The general idea now is actually to start the battle with almost all of your manpower recruited. Like, you just need like maybe 40k manpower reserves for cannons in case something goes wrong.
Meanwhile, Tullipen, Tullipen now has a manpower advantage.
So now France is still taking attrition with this 300.
Oh wait.
Yeah, he's slowly slipping.
Tullipen has only 130 regulars. So France have effective 1k, 14k. Yeah, he just needs to consolidate everything. But you can see it takes way too long. Both sides, they don't arrive in time at all to prevent, because both assaults were very slow. I mean, the first one was decent, but the second one is not even gonna be assaulted. Oh wait, what is happening? Like, France being very greedy here, but he again has manpower on his cannons. And if Tullipen was quick on to react, he could wipe the cannons here who are being greedy. Or take a battle on -1, which is just fine too.
Meanwhile, France still has 240k in Cambrai.
It's hard, really, man. It's hard. It's hard. If you don't have control groups, and you're not just grouping everything and consolidating everything, then it's really hard. Like, it's because he doesn't have an established method for logistics, for moving out, for anything. He's also not in position.
Tullipen doesn't seem to notice him. Okay,
finally. Oh, it's too late though. Oh my god. Yeah, but he has 80k cannons. And he didn't consolidate his front line. But that's actually decent here. It's good for him that he did not consolidate his front line because he would have his cannons.
Yeah.
He needs to put a sentinel in a good position to prevent the reinforcements from getting wiped. Maybe Tullipen's not reacting fast.
He's going to run. Yeah, he's going to run. Okay. He's going to try to group up and go.
See, this makes me feel good. It makes me feel good about myself in terms of Netherlands. In terms of how hard it is to like mass consolidate and mass spam.
Yeah, I mean, the moment that France wins attack into -1 battle, you kind of know that France is just stronger, and Netherlands has to do a lot to gain an advantage, I think.
Netherlands has to recruit everything at the start. There's no choice about that.
Yeah.
So now France is going too much on the aggressive again. Like, he's won the war. Right now he's won the war. He just needs to stand there. But he's going to try and go for Holland, which is almost crazy. But Tullipen is not reacting fast enough.
He's not in position. His cannons is still in Hanover.
It's false, actually.
If France assaults this now, he won't get it.
He needs to hurry. I think, actually, Netherlands is going to arrive on time. Yeah,
he's not assaulting. Oh wait, he's trying to assault. Okay, he's bringing more infantry to assault.
Yeah, it's too late.
The other problem is France still has a 300k stack in Limburg. So if Netherlands survives this and
if Netherlands wins this, oh boy, that's decent by Tullipen.
Outbreak. Also, Netherlands attacking to Aachen.
Yeah.
Where France has no cannons for some reason.
Okay, yeah, he could even push on Luxembourg. There's no.
Why is he going? Oh,
there's no general and there's no. Yeah, exactly.
300k no general. Okay, that's actually excellent. Okay, he's trying to cut off reinforcements.
Yeah, he needs to put something ASAP.
I think that is a mistake. All his other reinforcements, should head towards. Okay. Attacking Holland, that is good.
France needs to make sure to recruit the mercs. France has 120 mercs to recruit. Like, he needs to recruit that ASAP.
Yeah, so this is what we say. What we mean when we say France is overextending, because this is just terrible. Also, I think Netherlands should retreat out of this battle in Limburg, because I think he's already accomplished his objective of cutting.
Yes.
No, France still has infantry on the back line. Yeah, he can keep fighting as long as France has infantry on the back line.
Don't know. Because he's going to have to retreat eventually, and he's going to give a big moral advantage to France. And now he won't make it in time in Holland either, so.
What? Fuck. AI called me to war against Norway. Fucking AI.
Wait, what is this boss? Yeah, France really needs to recruit.
Yeah. Anyway.
What?
About this battle in Limburg. As long as France still has infantry on the back line, what the fuck is 10k infantry cannons?
Yeah, I recruited accidentally against Blitz 40k cannons. Alright, so hopefully France just assaults Holland and doesn't do anything more than that. Please, for the love of God. But, and make sure he recruits everything. But now he is completely out of manpower.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So,
but he could slacken, huh? He could slacken to get much more manpower.
Yeah, so France kind of won these engagements so far, but I think the previous engagement, even though France won these battles, was still overwhelmingly favoring Netherlands, just simply because of casualties. Fuck with these pauses.
What is he talking about? Alright, I can't talk in thing because I'm observer. Oh, in every province. He built 400k in artillery. Oh boy.
Yeah, that can't be good. Yeah, so anyway, back to the point, which is, although France won these battles, look at how much of a toll has taken on his forces. Like, he has less than 500, no, he still has more than 500k. Okay, maybe he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, let's check the total amount. He's also assaulting with 348, so...
Yeah, so...
And he needs to consolidate. Don't do the cripple consolidate, just do the normal consolidate.
Yeah, so I think, although France technically won those battles, it was much better for Netherlands just simply because of the casualties. Like, first he was fighting a battle with France.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he lost too much ground.
I think if
he could still win here, but that's because France is gonna miss. You're in this position. You're in this position against Blitzer Jones. It's completely over. Completely over.
Depends on how fast you regroup. If you regroup fast enough, this cannon stack in Hanover, and you get back and take a battle with these like blank, like naked infantry that's all over the place, like you could have a real chance.
Yeah, but that's how are you not calling that a misplay though?
I mean, it's too hard for France because he has lost maybe 40% of his strength doing this play. And Netherlands lost a lot as well, but most of it is mercs because he didn't really like...
He had no real infantry. He had 120 of them. Yeah, now he's gonna finally mass recruit. He's still not really mass recruiting, huh? Yeah, no, he actually still has... He lost like 130 at this point. Alright, France is making his mercs. That's good. He still has 40 more to build. Well, actually 80 more because he should be exploiting. Yes. Exploits are good. At least when you're doing 1v1s.
What the fuck? I'm losing naval battles in Norway, who only has galleys.
Why are you fucking fighting the AI?
The AI attacked me and I'm just doing these stuff. Right. No.
Alright, so Netherlands keeps advancing. Why? Why? Please don't. Please don't. France. Please don't. You're already at whatever it is.
I mean, he's at 38 with 3 from the war goal. So he just sits back, he wins from the war goal alone.
Yeah. Freaking France. But how much does he have now? So now he's gonna have like 1k. France does. 1k total. Whereas Netherlands would also have 1k if he built his manpower reserve. So actually, even now, Netherlands is still not favored quantity-wise.
France still has 1k total. Like
yeah.
1 million troops.
Yeah, despite taking terrible fights. So actually, France is a pretty good advantage, and now you can use you can slacken manpower for so much.
Like
he's not using edicts. France is not using edicts.
Because I think France more or less stabilized, and he solved all of his previous problems pushing to Low Countries, and now he has Low Countries basically on lockdown. And I don't.
Yeah, but see, he's going more. He's what's Koblentz's stuff. Wow.
Yeah. Stepping on Koblenz might be his mistake, especially when his general has 4 fire.
Oh god. Oh god, that's -3 fire. If Tullipen just walks onto it, it's -3 fire. A -3 fire, never losing the fight. Okay, he sees it, he's moving. Okay, here we go. He enters the fight with a 6-4 though. Is that really his best general? No, he has a 6-5-4.
Yeah, his 6-6 is coming. No, they're in faults. Okay.
Yeah, but he's fighting with this general. Yeah, true.
No. Yeah, he's not protecting. France is not protecting his flanks in Trier. Okay, but this is bad. France doesn't have enough infantry. I mean, Netherlands doesn't have enough infantry. He needs to get infantry pronto.
Yeah, but no, France needs to get that stack.
Yeah, but France is not noticing. Like, he's not reacting to the fact that Netherlands is stacking faults.
Yeah. If only Tullipen would stop being so greedy with his manpower and just recruit manpower units.
Okay, there goes 40k.
Then he's sure to win the fight. But yeah, this general is still okay. 6-5-4 now, so that's better.
He can push into Aachen.
Definitely better.
Yeah, so Netherlands should be winning this battle. It seems like I don't see any way for France to win this one. Oh, but France is assaulting Münster, and
he's getting.
Burgundy is prepared. I mean Meppen, but Netherlands is prepared for it, so that's fine. France is also attacking into.
France is attacking. Try to. He needs to really reinforce the main battle. He's gonna lose all 3 battles.
No, I think he's gonna.
No, he's going to lose all 3 battles.
Well,
the top one maybe not, but that one completely.
Luxembourg are already lost. I think he might win Meppen if Netherlands doesn't reinforce. But at the rate it's going, even if he wins in Meppen, it's nothing. He can't assault because these battles will be over before he can really make anything happen.
Yeah, now Netherlands has a quantity advantage. From now on.
But Netherlands needs to not lose cannons. Okay, he lost 6,000 cannons in Meppen. France is trying to come down, but I don't think he'll be in time. Wait.
Yeah, well, if he's not force marching, definitely not. Without a leader as well.
Okay, France actually won in Luxembourg, so he might actually win this one in Koblenz too. It would be pretty ridiculous.
Well, he needs to hurry. Oh my god, they're taking cannon. They're both taking the cannon damage.
Yeah, okay, so France lost in Koblenz as expected, and he's
he should not do that.
Yeah, he should not do that. If Netherlands consolidates...
Netherlands got so much manpower.
Recruit immediately. I don't see him recruiting. Like, he just consolidated, he needs to recruit.
He did.
Okay, I can't see.
Yeah, he has 200 men recruitable, but he's not doing it.
Yeah, he needs to recruit now instead of watching the battle. Like, okay, good, now he starts recruiting.
Yeah.
It's a bit late though. Like, he
should start recruiting
immediately just now. Yeah, but he should win this one as well if he recruits fast enough.
Yeah.
And also he has 50k.
Okay, France retreats. That's a good move, but again with this nonsense. You just unpause now. Just go, because we can't let him. He makes mistakes. He has to pay price. No, you're just... That's my Vanguard template. What a dumbass. That's my Vanguard template. Just unpause.
Yeah, last time, okay.
We shouldn't let him do this, like...
I mean, he didn't know it's your templates. I mean,
but he can see that it has 40k cans in it.
Yes, I know. Technically, it's a mistake by him, but okay, like.
So now, actually, France loses the war. Tullipen doesn't fuck up.
Possibly, yeah.
Because France now has quantity disadvantage.
There's a possibility that Tullipen is going to bankrupt here. Because I don't think Netherlands can push into the place. Like, if France organizes his army fast, gets back to defend this line, there's no way Netherlands can push, and France will still have enough war score after the war goal goes up.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe Netherlands cannot take an offensive battle. It's true. But we'll see if France even
each side regroups.
If France even thinks like this. France should have fought this like 3 battles ago to just stand on the provinces.
Yeah, instead of continuing to push.
Can you unpause now? Like, you're the host, man. Just unpause. Okay, France just increases manpower somehow. I think he might have used the... Yeah, he did use the raise additional levies, but he used it at really low influence. Tullipen, still not fucking building those mercs. Has 867 military points, but is not slacking manpower. Sad. Sad. What's the French force limit now? He's gonna have